Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream, members-only group flight number 36, marking the 3rd anniversary of doing group flights for you guys. Today, it is the 22nd of December, 2022, 3 minutes past 5 in the evening here in the United Kingdom, and we are in Iceland, our first ever group flight into and out of Iceland. We will be departing from Keflavik here. We're in Group 1. The other half of the group flight is leaving Bergen, and we'll be meeting halfway. The routing will be going right over the top of each other, I believe, here as well. Flight time for us, 2 hours or so. It's Christmas, everyone, so just to say thanks for all your support. We'll be doing not one giveaway, but 4, not more than usual. 2 for each sector of the group flight, so one of you guys will win from Keflavik to Bergen, another one from Bergen to Keflavik. We then have the members Christmas merch giveaway, so we're doing a giveaway for every week of this Christmas as well. I'll be doing that halfway through the sector. And don't forget, if you weren't able to take part in the group flight, or even if you did take part in the group flight, you can also enter a giveaway to enter the usual normal prize gift I do for the MOGFs as well. So be sure to enter that. It's in the announcement section of Discord, and we'll have some fun along the way. Tim Waters, nice to see you here, and glad you're here too. I hope you're settling in your new house. Pete S, I hope you get all the work done at your house at some point too. Thanks for your lovely message of the day. Yankee Fox, evening all. You're on De Groots here as well. Hi guys, you're in Alpaca 26 Bravo. I think this is your first group flight, I think you were saying, or maybe you've been here before, but thank you very much for joining. Vanguard's here, 2 tons of love. Mike's a tad low, thanks. Yes, I've been playing a lot with the settings. It was all over the place here. It should be a little bit better now. I had a little bit too much feedback on the mic, so let me know if I'm not clear enough or too quiet, too loud. I think my mic was just simply too far away from my mouth there. Ed, I'm sorry you couldn't make the group flight as well, but nice to see you here in chat. Andy Tuss2 and VNav Speed, your first ever MOGF. Great to see you have made it here. 2 tons, 4 giveaway gauntlets to navigate to keep my 100% non-winning streak. You never know, it's completely random. It'll all be completely transparent. All the giveaways you'll see, I'll do right in front of you guys. You guys will know if I'm rigged it or not, let's say. Thank you very much to Andre, one of the members who helped organise ATC here in Keflavik too. VATSIM Scandinavia have been very much communicating with me for the entire duration getting this organised. I think we've got ATC for the entire sector today, which is pretty cool. We'll be departing every 3 minutes. I think the first aircraft out of here is Will Henwood. Will's going to be taking off shortly in Alpaca 9 Whiskey Hotel, so keep an eye out for him. Packer 96 Charlie, you might have to find another stand, sir. I was just here on first, Bagsy, but X-Plane, you can actually quite quickly change stand. I just go to the menu, or you could even well, no, Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can slew across quite easily. That's a good way of finding the stand, but no doubt you'll find your stand soon. We'll go around this unique looking 737 once we do that as well. This is the first time I've streamed the ZIBO mod publicly since we last streamed it, and it wasn't working very well in X-Plane 12. Now ZIBO has updated it. It's a lot better than it was in the earlier build, certainly with the flight control inputs, pitch and roll, but there are a few bugs. Better pushback in the ZIBO mod. I tried another aircraft, works fine in the ZIBO mod. It crashes. I have the latest ZIBO mod version, the latest version of better pushback as well. So I'm going to be using the X-Plane pushback. The MCP buttons aren't illuminating correctly, unfortunately, so you've really got to monitor your FMAs, otherwise they are working. The speed brake is like 50, 40, using a parachute 30, to 20, deploy, slow down the aircraft as well. Very effective. Pete, that was very kind of you, especially during a members-only stream. Thanks for the tenner.
Have a great Christmas and cheers for all of the shared knowledge over the last 12 months.
Very kind.
Have a beer on me.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Pete. Thank you indeed for donating £10. I've actually got some beer downstairs in the fridge. I might crack open one during the MOGF. Relax. I'm all ready for Christmas. I'm going away to my partner's on Christmas Eve and staying there, and then spending Christmas Day driving to go see all over my family. Then I'm working on Boxing Day, unfortunately, at the crack of dawn, but someone has to do it. Hopefully I might be able to squeeze in another stream as well. Alpaca 96 Charlie, go find another stand. Good to see his red nose there in the corner. I don't know why I still have the Alpaca cannon deliveries for all the aircraft, but they all appear red in the ZIBO mod 737, or whenever anyone's in a 737-800. Right, let's now quieten down this sound and music, and we'll get the show on the road. So the aircraft's completely cold and dark. We're live time, live weather, so it will be pitch black by the time we take off. So batteries on, GPUs on the bus. Electric hydraulic pumps can come on now. Landing gear lever is down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green lights, and then we check all the aircraft documentation to make sure it's all correct. Let's now turn up the lighting. So that's on. The lighting is considerably better in X-Plane now. In the ZIBO mod we had a lot of issues there. It still could be a little better, but certainly at night the lighting illumination it's pretty good. And so if I was flying around at night, or if it was dark outside and I turned up the lighting, what you see here is pretty accurate to actually what you get in the real aircraft, which is pretty cool. We'll put the dome light to bright. There we go. That's all illuminated, and now we complete the fault fire tests. So let's do the squibs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green lights. I've already activated the checklist. For those of you in Discord earlier saw me doing the test sector. There seems to be a few bugs with the checklist at the moment. It seemed to be misreading half the configuration, but we'll check it on the way. So faults checked. Let's check the fire test. Wheel well, fire warning light, engine overheat light is all illuminated. Onto the overhead panel. Emergency exit lights armed. Fastest seatbelt sign won't turn on just yet. We'll push the attend button. Who's this Alpaca still here? VNAV speed. Shotgun. Right, let's check the flight plan. So this sector, the weather at Bergen, weather at Keflavik, I've had some friends actually stay in Iceland a couple of weeks ago. They told me it was awful weather. I think they had a lot of flights cancelled, but the weather's really nice today. Cold, but only a few clouds around and light wind from the east there. So the METAR for Keflavik's fine. For Bergen, there is a chance for some snow showers and rain from 2200, so it is after we depart, sorry, it's after we arrive into Bergen. The weather should be not so nice. If I was flying there in real life, I'd take an extra 30 minutes. Because it's a group flight, I'll take an hour's extra fuel. Or actually, you know what, I'll take an extra 30 minutes because we've got about 20 departing the Keflavik here. So let's have a look at the operational flight plan. 7527, so 77. If we take an extra 30 minutes, that would be 1.2 tons, so 77. 8.7, let's call it 8.8, as that's an extra 30 minutes of fuel, so 8.8 on the fuel. Fuel 8.8. I guess VNAV speed's AFK, but he's not exactly on my stand. It's fine. We'll just crack on. 8.8 for the fuel payload. I'm taking 174 passengers. That is selected. That should be giving me a zero fuel weight of 58.3. 58.3, there we are, 58,249, so that's all good, and we can call and start the boarding. There's the fuel truck, and we can start the boarding too. So we'll leave the fasten seatbelt sign off for now, push the attend button, and ooh, I've just noticed there's a slight angle issue. Have you noticed, look, the angle's slightly off on the flight deck? Just have a look at my settings here quickly. Sometimes it can put a bit of roll in there, but I think it could be to do with my Tobii eye tracker, which you'll be the first guys to see a Tobii eye tracker during a stream today. Let me just turn it on. So yeah, this is my Tobii eye tracker engaged. I've got it on head tilt only. Let me just turn that off now. That's better. I think the view was slightly tilted before, so I'll just turn that off now. Right, so I know what I forgot to do. Fire test. Did I do that? I can't even remember if I did that. Do it now. I had the fire warning lights, fault APU detector and master caution APU detector as well. Auto brake to RTO, reset the fuel flow. Flaps are up, which matches the indicated position. We'll do the cargo fire test. Sim 737 pilot, weather is awful in the US today. 2/3 of the country will be below freezing today. Need to wrap the pipes. Ugh, that's no good. What on earth's going on here? Ah! It's like nuclear bombs gone off behind me. What on earth? Why is that so bright? I think VNAV Speed's just turned his lights on. What's he doing? Are you in chat? You were here in chat at the start there, but you turned your lights on and it's making it a loop. Well, I suppose that's realistic with the lighting. VNAV Speed's... Well, thanks for the illumination. If you could find another stand, that would be great, instead of just flicking your lights off and on. Oh, VNAV Speed, could you find another stand if that's okay? It's definitely your light. Or who is this Alpaca 96 Charlie? Well, the light illumination's working fine. I can't even find that call sign on the group flight. Right, well, let's carry on. And I can't even see my lights now. I'm going to ask very nicely if you can move. Is it a little bit off-putting having that there? If not, I'll just move stand. If you can't be able to move, but right. Battery. That's really off-put me. Flaps are up. Matching the indicated position. Pedestals. Good. Let's now take over 2000 standby. Oh, now the camera's doing the upside down thing. Oh, we haven't fixed that. That's worked. Perfect. VNAV speed. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've spoken to you in the past. I mean, do you mind moving stand? Just, it's very politely asking if that's okay. You know, if you don't want to or you can't for whatever reason, just say in chat, because I can see you laughing and stuff, which is, you know, having a laugh. Thank you. Got the idea. Right, gear extension closed. That's all here. Circuit breakers are all in. Stall warning test. There we go. 1, 2. Mac airspeed warning test. 1, 2. Flight recorders checked. IRS to nav. Circuit breakers are all in, and then we check all the safety equipment too. I've already started the boarding. Perfect. Right, let's grab the ATIS, and we'll go from there. I feel the Alpaca 1 coming back. Yeah, trolling going on. Worse trolling with children. Alright, let's get the ATIS. I hope you guys can hear that symbol working in the background. It all seems to be okay. Let's just check out Explorer. ATIS frequency is 128.3, so let's get the frequency up now. Grab the weather. Glad to actually have the
40, 30,
oh,
20,
nice.
10.
Glad to have the live weather working. Thanks, Steph.
+1 for Tipsy Mog. Get that beer.
Thank you very much, Steph. Nick, +1 for Tipsy Mog. Oh, alright, it's Christmas, and I don't encourage flying and drinking, obviously, in real life at all, or drink driving, but it is a simulated stream. I will have the beer, and Pete and Steph, I'll top up the beer fund or get some more beers after the group flight. Thank you very much. That was very kind. Cheers, Edo, for the feedback. I'll have a look at the end of the stream and get it fixed. Right, anyway, let me get the ATIS. I'll just turn it up slightly.
India, issued at 1700 UTC, runway 10 in use. Expect ILS or RNAV approach runway 10. Weather at 1700 UTC. Wind 050 degrees, 14 knots. Visibility 0 kilometers or more. Clouds broken 3,700 feet. Temperature -4. Dew point -10. QNH 1018 hectopascals. Transition level 70. Advise on initial contact. You have information India, and report requested MAC number.
So yeah, when you get your clearance, sort of asking for, you have to tell me your MAC number during the clearance.
Airport, 8 is information India, issued at 1700 UTC, runway 10 in use. Expect ILS or RNAV approach runway 10. Weather at 1700 UTC. Wind 050 degrees, 14 knots. Visibility 0 kilometers
Perfect.
or more.
So we've got the latest weather conditions. Why is the master caution light? I was just getting the ATIS and the master caution light keeps flicking on and off. Hydraulics? Something's a bit buggy at the moment. Something keeps flickering the master caution. So it's very cold, guys. It's -4, but we're not. It's the hydraulics keep flickering off and off. That's not reassuring. That's not reassuring. So when it's this cold, -4, you've got to be aware if we're in freezing conditions or not. Now, in fact, it's dry. There's no rain. There's no standing water around. We're not actually in freezing conditions, so we don't need to do the before takeoff freezing conditions checklist. We can just configure the aircraft normally. There's no difference to any of the other checks at all. I'm just seeing there's a distinctive lack of 737s and an awful amount of Airbuses. Actually, no, there's quite a few 737s here. So yeah, we're not in freezing conditions. We can just do the normal checks just to make sure the aircraft's If it's winter ops, you just have to make sure the aircraft's configured correctly for winter ops or for de-icing, but you wouldn't need to be de-icing unless this aircraft have been stood here for a long time. So that's all good. The QNH, 1018, was it?
All loaded up and you are good to go.
I swear that sounds like you, Anon Flight Simmer. You know when it says the fueling's complete, it sounds like you. Did you record them? It's crazy. I actually have the OPT data for Keflavik. Pretty sure we don't fly here, Jowl, but I do have it on my OPT, which is quite cool. 1140 for the MF4A, that's light will accelerate in the event of an engine failure, that master caution blinking. There's a number of bugs in the mod at the moment, which I'll point out to you what's different, but otherwise it's handling quite nicely. Just during takeoff, the nose comes up on its own. So let's have a look here. Pos in it. We are in Keflavik, Bravo India Kilo Foxtrot. GPS left. And then it's Echo November Bravo. And then the call sign is Alpaca 36 X-ray bike. Departure is runway 10. We're expecting the Oscar 1 Bravo. Oscar 1 Bravo. And then from Oscar, direct to 63 North 010 West. So to put this in, you have to type in. I've never actually put coordinates in the Riddle 73, but you put in the latitude first, and then the longitude like this. So you miss out the 0, and then you just put the north or south as needed, and then that will give you the order. And I think if it's past, well, on the other side of the world, you have to do it in a different order. But in Europe, we always do it like this. But again, I've never had to type in the coordinates manually here. 63 North, 010 West, then direct to Ursa. And then direct to North. And then my arrival is going to be ILS Whiskey 35 via Rivip. And the transition is, the arrival star, sorry, is at North 1 Papa. So activate, execute, just check for any discontinuities. Looking good, nicely drawn actually, nice curve here between the points. And onto the ILS, looks good. So, performance, index perf 038's 58.2, our alternate is Haugsund, Echo November Hotel Delta, and to divert there we need 1.9 tonnes of fuel, so not too far away. Cost index 30, flight level 370, top of climb wind is 292 at 12, top of climb ice is -4. There was a huge jet stream sort of over Northern Europe for the last couple of weeks, which has caused a lot of issues for headwind tailwinds, but it's dropped right off now. That's all in. Now, I do apologise, I did not have time to do the performance and screenshot it and upload it. I'll just turn on yoke cam here briefly, and I will hide my photos, but there is the OPT from the real app, all pre-populated. I'm going to use this data to put into the FMC, and I'll tell you if it's correct. I can't show you it close because it's got a live screen, nice reflection on it, so you'll be able to see my clipboard behind, although I just put all my information. But it says, based off the weather conditions, we just got 22k, reduced 24k on this runway, 32 degrees, and it should be 90.3, 91.3, so once we put the AP bleed on, that will decrease the correct figure around 90.3. And the speed should be 41, 41, 48, and I've used wet speeds, flat 5, oh no, I've used dry speed, sorry. So 41, 41, 48, 39, so the OPT says 141, 141, 148, so they are all within a knot of the OPT, apart from V1, which is 2 knots away. And just double check the MF8, that's all correct. And just need to get the clearance as well. So performance and FMC is all loaded. Let's have a look at the overhead panel. I'll just have a little catch up with you guys in chat. Greg, are there certain conditions for autopilot to connect? Mine wouldn't connect after takeoff, so no, the main common error for not getting the autopilot to engage is having no input, having input on the control column. You've got to make sure you're trimming no input on the control column. If you have any pitch or roll input, the autopilot won't engage. And that's pretty much the main reason. Make sure the stab trim cutout switches are not in cut off, make sure they're in the normal position. They're the main common reasons hydraulics needed to, but you wouldn't have done that. Head 2 saw from the National Weather Service that Cheyenne, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 minutes yesterday as the front went through. Yeah, but yeah, if a cold front goes through, you can have big temperature swings. That's crazy. Andy, going to be fashionably late, pushing back, I think. Oh, no problem. As long as you're here, that's all that matters. Anon, we know it's Giles OPT. That's all looking good. Right. Yeah, I'm concerned about this flickering hydraulics. I didn't have that on the test sector at all, but the master caution hydraulics keeps coming off and on, off and on. Not reassuring. Right, onto the overhead panel. Your dampers. Oh yeah, that's a bug as well. You have to wait until IRS alignment's complete. In the I think it's literally just completed now. In real life, as soon as you put the IRS to nav, you should be able to get the yaw damper switch on. We've got a little bit of fuel in the centre tank, I think. Yeah, 860 kilos. That's all sorted. Seatbelt sign can come on. Fueling's done. Window heat's on. We're not in freezing conditions. It is cold, but there's no visible moisture. So we don't need the probes on. I mean, I just was flickering off and on there. I just saw the hydraulic lights flicker. Probes on anyway. Well, yeah, so we wouldn't necessarily need it. Yeah, it's the engine low pressure lights illuminated. They will be on permanently. Now, I have put the probes on. We wouldn't necessarily need it in freezing conditions, but if it does start raining, it's good to have on. It doesn't hurt having them on. Voice recorder's on. Packs auto. Prestation valves open. APU will turn on later. Now, because it is so cold, what we should have done earlier is turn the APU on just to get the cabin nice and warm. Reset all failures. Oh, we should be okay, 2 tons. I don't think I've got any failures on. Flight director's on, as you can see. None of the lights on the MCP are working. I've tried the other MCP as well. It's just dead. The important thing is to check your FMAs. But yeah, you can see if I pre-select heading select, it does engage. The light's just not illuminating on the MCP. So it needs a lot of fixing. Hydraulics we've checked, even though they're flickering off and on. Jim's got legs. QNH is set, radio tuning panel set as well. Right, we'll try and grab our clearance. We've got ground on actually, so that's active. And then we're due out in 4 minutes. Listen, now the engine's windmilling maybe, yeah, it wouldn't make any impact on the low pressure for the engines on the hydraulics. Simpson 37 pilot, and if the real setting in if B, you need to be pretty close to B on the flight directors, not touching the yoke. I'm trying to think in the real aircraft, I mean, you're always on the flight directors, but if you're off the flight directors, if you make no input, I think your autopilot will still engage if you're off the flight directors. Because if the flight directors are off, you can still engage the autopilot.
Tower 118.3, Alpaca 46 whiskey, thanks.
Let's get the clearance. Keflavik ground, very good evening, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, stand 44, information India, QNH 1018, departure clearance to Bergen, flight level 370, Mach decimal 79. Request. See, I'm new to this.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, 79.
A for Mach decimal 79, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, Keflavik ground, sky to destination Bergen, Oscar 1 Bravo departure, direct 63 north, 010 west, direct to Erser, climb via the set to level 290, Mach decimal 79, squawk 2153.
2153. Cleared to Bergen on the Oscar 1 Bravo, and then routing 63 north, 010 west, then to Ursa, and Mach decimal 79, squawk 2153, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. That's a lot.
For 36 X-ray Mike, confirm climb via set to level 290.
And confirm stop climb flight level 290, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike.
36 X-ray Mike, feedback correct, back speed to 895.
There's a lot there. When you get your clearance here, there's a lot of information. Oh, I'm logged in as a dash 8. Thanks, yeah, I would be. Hold on. I can fix that quickly. Yeah, I forgot to change it from yesterday's stream, guys. There now connect. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so clearance there's a lot more additional information given to you compared to Europe. So in mainland Europe, the only additional information really well, so there's lots. It's your MAC number, and then there's a little bit more routing information. He wants you to just confirm your routing after the SID, so it was the Oscar 1 Bravo, and then 63 North 010 West, then to Ursa, which is the next waypoint there. Exactly, Andy, I agree, it was quite quickly spoken to, so I wrote that down, and even I forgot the flight level. And one of the members mentioned earlier, who was a little bit, apprehensive, first time doing oceanic procedures, you will make mistakes. I just made a mistake, misread the clearance. I make mistakes in real life. The key thing is if you're unsure, just repeat and ask again. There's no problem at all. But there was a lot of information. Anyway, we can pull that information in now. Flight level 290. The reason I requested Mach decimal 79 is if you have a look at my operational flight plan, you can see Lido, based off our cost index of 30, 7.9 look for the cruise for the majority, and then back down to 7.8 I think later on. So that's why I chose that Mach number, because it's the most efficient one based off our cost index. So 290, score 2153. And we just confirm the SID in the FMS. There's Oscar 1 Bravo. Right, so we'll now do the briefing quickly. We're due out in a minute, so I'm just going to use this one here. I have got the full Navigraph app open. So we're on stand 44. Better pushback crashes with ZIBO mod is not compatible at the moment for me personally. I've checked it, even had the ZIBO fixed patch, but it just crashes, so I'm using the default one. I just think it's going to push back me and give up. You can't control it that well. We're eventually going to get onto this taxiway here to November 12, and then make a right turn onto this November taxiway. Actually no, sorry, go down here on Charlie probably first, and then make a right turn on Kilo, and then we're going to go full length for runway 10. The SID is the Oscar 1 Bravo, and we're going to be climbing 104 track to Kilo Foxtrot 272, Kilo Foxtrot 272, and then 271, 6,000 feet stop altitude checks, and then 222, 7,000 feet, KF 223, 100 or below checks, and then 130 below checks as well. Now, ATC is cleared as to climb flight level 290. You have to comply with these SID restrictions unless you get the clearance climb now by the departure controller. So do comply with these unless ATC specifically clear you higher, and what you're listening for is climb now, or disregard restrictions, or just confirm with ATC the restrictions don't apply. I'm leaving them. I have 290 set here, but I have 6,000 feet here. VNAV, you know what, I should actually probably set 6,000 feet. This is what we do at my operator. So it is later to go up to 290, but I just want to confirm after departure we can disregard the restrictions on the SID, so 6,000 feet set there. Right, let's just run the checklist. We are running a bit late. Remember, I don't mind if you push back a bit late. The group flights are not as busy as they were during lockdown, where a lot of people were free. So, if you're a couple minutes late, it's not a biggie. Try not to leave too early. We'll get
Safety inspection checklist. Surfaces and chocks.
Checked.
Maintenance status.
Checked.
Battery.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
On.
Landing gear lever.
Down.
Ship's library.
Checked.
Safety inspection checklist complete.
So let's do the before start
Before
checklist.
start checklist to the line. IRS mode
Hi, Jim, back up, you're
selectors.
doing well.
Nav.
Gear pins.
Remove.
Uh-oh.
Light test.
Not again.
Damn.
Checked.
Oxygen.
Damn.
Not again.
The light test. I always forget to do that during the stream. Well, it's failed the light test. Look, none of the MCP lights are illuminated, but we know about that. So that's checked, and oxygen.
Tested 100%.
There we go.
Yaw damper.
On.
Nav transfer and display switches.
Normal and auto.
Fuel.
So we require a minimum of 7.6. We have 7.8, 8 on board. Now this is really cool with the ZIBO mod. This is awesome. Usually the fuel tanks can only hold 3,900 kilos, but because it's very cold outside, we can get a lot more fuel in the tanks. You can actually get up to 4 tons when it's sort of below -1, -2 degrees. ZIBO has modelled fuel density and the ability to get more fuel in the wing tanks, which I think There's not many add-ons that actually have that, so that's really cool to see. So fuel we're happy with.
Checked.
Fuel pumps.
6 pumps on.
Cabin util IFE galley power.
On.
Emergency exit lights.
Armed.
Fasten belts.
Flashing
On.
lights,
Window heat.
On.
Air conditioning.
PEX auto. Bleeds on.
Pressurization.
So pressurization, we've got 370 for the cruise, 150 land out, and in the auto position.
Set.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Instruments.
Cross-checked.
Auto brake.
RTO.
Hydraulics.
Normal.
Speed brake.
Down D10.
Parking brake.
Set.
Stab trim cutout switches.
Normal.
Wheel well fire warning.
Ah, this.
This, yes, I forgot to do the fire test for long enough. Oh no, I know why, because I haven't got the patch.
Check.
that fixes that. I didn't
Radios,
see it there.
radar and transponder.
So they're set to standby. I've got the VOR here at
Set
Keflavik
and
active.
standby.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Takeoff briefing.
That's
Discussed.
PA.
Complete.
Complete.
FMC CDU.
Set. We've got takeoff and legs.
Set.
N1 and IAS bugs.
So we've got
Not again.
24k. What's he not happy with? 24k. 32 degrees assumed. Speeds 41, 41, 48 set. What are you not happy with? Not in auto. Sure.
N1 and IIS auto. V-speed set.
Stab trim.
Damn.
Oh, no, I did forget to do that. And that's why we have checklists.
Set.
Performance, weight and balance.
Checked.
Checked.
EFB.
Airplane mode and stowed.
Phones.
Off.
Flight deck windows and cockpit door.
Not again.
So I'll turn the anti-go light on there. That just triggers the end of the checks there.
Closed.
Doors.
Door's closed. Oh dear. Get door closed back here soon as well.
Closed.
Passengers.
Seated.
Before start checklist completed to the line.
No, PA boss, I'm running a bit late. I'm 5 minutes late there because we're just trying to. I got a little distracted earlier. And I usually aim to be pushing back in 30 minutes, so I am late here. Sounds very Ryanair back there. And now, actually, before I call for pushback, I need to call for the default pushback.
96 Charlie, ready to copy. 96 Charlie, ready to copy.
Request pushback straight back.
96 Charlie, fit destination Bergen, Oscar 1 Bravo, departure.
Pushback truck is on the way. So this pushback truck in X-Plane is not very good. It just pushes you backwards a tiny bit.
Oscar 1 Bravo, direct 6310 north.
Can't park there, mate.
Flight level 290, Mach 78, squawk 3577, Alpaca 96 Charlie. Alpaca 96 Charlie.
Hang on, I'll do a PA next stream.
Section 2577
I'm just not having added the boss in the PODG.
Alpaca 96 Charlie, Reba, correct. Alpaca 14, Mike Juliet, contact Tower, Bombinators from 37. Tower, Bombinators from 3, Alpaca 14, Mike Juliet, thanks for the ATC, bye bye.
Push and start now as well. By the time I've gotten it, it should be all attached. That's a heck of a tug. You don't see ones like that.
To push immediately as soon as possible, please. Let's go for Charlie, please.
Is that for me? Is it for Mike? Not sure. I'll request push now anyway.
Alpaca 96 Charlie, ready for push and start.
Nice.
Commencing pushback. Release parking.
Alpaca 96 Charlie, Scott for Charlie. Charlie on the ground confirmed. Accepted. Roger, Squawk Charlie 96 Charlie.
Perfect. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike on stand 44 request push and start sequence.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, push start approved, QNH 1018.
Push start approved, QNH 1018. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. So we can.
Alpaca 96 Charlie, push start approved, QNH 1018.
That's released. It's pushing us back. Oops, forgot to do the
Alpaca
flow.
96 Charlie.
And out off. Let's quickly put the checklist.
Before start checklist below the line.
This is just
Air conditioning
dumped me
packs.
on the
Off.
taxiway.
Anti-collision
It's like
light.
quick as well.
On.
4 knots.
Parking brake.
Not again.
Oh, it's released. That's fine.
transponder.
Alt off.
Before start checklist complete.
Right, starting engine number 2. N2.
Disconnect. Pushback completed.
Great. Can I have another one? N2, oil pressure, N1. Let's see. I might just do another one. If it'll work. Nothing I can do, guys. And start a good out, monitoring 2, 2, 4, 6, 3. 2 stable, starting engine number 1.
Station code 4, radio check readability 5. All stations, new information, show get the QNH 1019.
QNH 1019. Just power back, send it. I could do that actually. N2, oil pressure N1. If you'd like me to power back to the correct position, I am happy to do that. It is Christmas. Is it time of the year to do another cold weather upstream with de-icing engine run up? Yeah, I will do that, 737 pilot. I haven't had time.
Bucket 3, 8, shy standby.
I thought I'd be doing it today, but we haven't really had any chance to. Right, start to get out, monitoring engine number 1, 2, 4, 6, 3, 1 is stable, and I've already seen the tow bar being disconnected. I'll just taxi from there, guys. I've got to put the trim air on.
613 request taxi.
Flaps 5.
KLM 613 opposition.
Flight controls, forwards, back, left, right. Here comes the rudders, right and left. That's looking good. Recall, blank the lower DU, and we can now complete the before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
APU.
Turn the dome off.
Off.
Light that
Start
stage.
switches.
Continuous.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Air conditioning.
PEX auto. Bleeds on.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Flaps.
Ah, this.
Hey! 5 required, 5 selected, green lights.
Flips 5 required and selected. Green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Starts levers.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Recall.
Checked.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Let's go. Just wait for him to respond to that.
Bucket 96 Charlie, frequency. Alpaca 96 Charlie, we are pushing back right now. Bucket 96 Charlie, if you can hold position for a moment. Holding position, 96 Charlie. KLM 613, taxi via November 12 and hold short of November. Taxi via number 12 and hold short of November, KLM 613.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, request taxi.
Indication a 737 Alpaca just pushed from stand 44, so you could taxi a bit left of the centre line for
I just realised I'm
avoid that.
moving forward as well.
Left of centre line to avoid the aircraft.
Why is my strobes on?
Frequency, just confirm your taxi. KM 613, just confirm your taxi, Matthew. 613 will start taxi.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, request taxi, and sorry, yeah, the pushback just left me here, I'm afraid.
No problem, break, KLM 613, give way to the Alpaca 737, will be shortly taxiing out to stand 44, break, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, taxi via November 12 and hold short of November.
November 12, hold short November, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Right, parking brakes released, config. Oh, you don't need any priority at all, but anyway, let's go out via November 12, then right.
Alpaca 2 November Whiskey, stand 5, ready for push to start. Alpaca 2 November Whiskey, after the KLM 737 passes behind, push start, KH 1019.
Perfect, on our way. I will turn on the eye tracker shortly, guys, because it is quite cool whilst taxiing.
Bucket 3 at Charlie, sadly have to hold short front of a company 737, but just continue taxi for now.
And then, am I holding short of November?
Alpaca 2212, ready for taxi.
Just want to make sure.
Bucket 221 to taxi by November 13 and hold short, November 13 and November, and hold short of Abeam, November 12.
I just want to make sure I've been cleared. So I was cleared November 12, hold short of November. I think I'm a little bit too far there.
Taxi via November 13 and all short Abim on way. Attack 212. Expect to want to take the taxi November 13 November and hold short Abim November 12.
Zoom out any more than that.
Short Abim November 12. Packet 212. Packet 36, Mike Charlie, continue taxi via Charlie 3 in Kilo to holding flight 10.
Is that for me? I wasn't a 36 X-ray Mike. I'm just getting the chance up, right? Sorry, was that for Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike just holding short of November?
Yeah, Papa, continue taxi via Charlie 3 in Kilo to holding point 10.
Charlie 3 Kilo holding point 10, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. There we are, so we clear
Alpaca 96 Charlie, continue push,
left and clear right.
Continue push, start clear 1019 Alpaca.
And this is
613, continue taxi via Charlie 3 and Kilo.
this default Keflavik. It's got all the correct stamps marking, all the correct markings, which is pretty cool. So we're now taxiing, guys, Charlie 3, and then we're going to right turn to hold at Kilo for runway 10.
Alpaca 212, are you taxiing?
Yeah, take your time if you're not sure what position I was.
Ground, Alpaca 696, clearance to...
The turn off and taxi lights here, very bright. Too bright, I mean, are the LEDs, but very washed out the fuselage to the next plane 12.
Alpaca 696, 78. 696,
Sounds good.
And Alpaca 36, Mike, contact tower 18.3.
118.3, and thanks a lot for the ATC. I'm back at 36 X-ray Mike, bye.
Kilo 613, contact
clear
tower
left.
18.3.
Clear right, the taxiway. And I just, again, taxiing on this aircraft I prefer because it's a lot smoother with the tiller and then the rudder inputs. Now there is an issue though with the ZIBO mod which needs to be addressed. It was the same with earlier issues of X-Plane 11. The nose in the ZIBO mod wants to come up on its own during takeoff. I've had it in other aircraft too. So to fix that, I'm just going to trim a couple units down. Again, it's non-standard, but I'm just finding the nose wanting to come up on its own. It's not realistic, but I think there needs to be some adjustments to the trim settings. But yeah, I've got some notes for the mod at the moment. There's a number of issues. It's flyable and a lot better than it was in X-Plane 12. But the VNAV I was having issues with earlier as well, but we're going to do a full test report for ZIBO to fix. Anyway, we're now on the Kilo taxiway, and we'll now do the before takeoff checklist, and then we'll check in the tower.
Before takeoff checklist to the line. Config.
Checked.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 set, green light.
Stab trim.
Ah, this.
So that we're disregarding, so I have set it a bit lower.
Takeoff briefing.
Takeoff briefing. Pax Auto. Bleeds on. V-speed set for departure. 41, 41, 48 on the MCP. There we go. That's why I have checks. The departure is the Oscar 1 Bravo off runway 10. We're going to be climbing straight ahead to Kilo Fox 272, then Kilo Fox 221. We were cleared by ATC to 290, but we could apply the initial SID stop altitude of 6,000 feet, which is set twice. NADP2, any problems will climb straight ahead to the MSA, which I'll just check what it is in that sector off to the east. It is 4,000 feet. That's it, reviewed, and we'll ding the cabin to tell them we're ready. Flick that. And take a brief review.
Reviewed.
Cabin.
Secured.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Excellent. And we're going to go full length, that's the only option available. So we're ready. I have re-logged in as a 737-800, yes. All fixed your end. At Keflavik Tower, good day. I'm back at 36 X-ray Mike, taxi holding point runway 10, ready for departure.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, Keflavik Tower, good evening. Continue, hold short, runway 10.
Hold short 10, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Oh yeah, Euron, I can't remember your name, you told me yesterday as well. Nightbot doesn't work because this stream is unlisted, it's not public. Nightbot doesn't know I'm streaming, so none of the commands work.
Break, EC 9006, wind 060 degrees, 14 knots, runway 10, clear to land. Clear to 10, EC 906. And DC 25 Kilo Whiskey, continue, Echo 4, hold short, November 4, and contact ground 121.9.
The light lighting, really nice. Much better than it was. Flight service specialist, first in the conga line. Well, me? I don't think I am.
And Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, behind the beautiful Airbus A320, line up and wait, runway 10 behind.
Behind the beautiful Airbus A320, line up wait, runway 10 behind Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Airbus comment there, unbelievable. Anyway, behind the Airbus, we clear to line up and wait, runway 10 behind. Pop those lights on, taxi light off to remind us we've not been cleared for takeoff. Strobes on, logo lights should be on already, and the lights are not illuminating here correctly, but LNAV is armed, water frontal is armed, remember FMAs,
Traffic.
checking. Now that should be inhibited. That should be inhibited. That shouldn't be giving me TAs whilst on the ground here. He made you say it though. I didn't have much choice to read it back. Go on, really cool how the lights illuminate the aircraft. So let's do the checks below the line.
Before takeoff checklist, below the line, MCP,
Set.
transponder,
TARA.
strobe lights,
On.
landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
So it looks like the issue with the master caution stopped after we stopped the engine, so we're just flickering with the engine. Hydraulic low pressure. Now these lights, the LED lights are bright. They're brighter than the halogens, but this is a little bit too bright. It's a little bit washed out. It's better than it was, but still a little bit too bright. Just shot the turn slightly. Just wait for easy to vacate. Oh yeah, we've got KLM and 22212 Alpaca there. Ooh, Airbus, no!
Cafe Tower Easy 906 in Echo 4. Easy 9006, thank you.
See if there's an airborne frequency for us as well at the tower. Yes, there is.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. After departure, contact Keflavik approach 119.3. Winds are 060 degrees, 14 knots, runway 10. Clear for takeoff.
Runway 10 cleared for takeoff. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Cleared for takeoff, ladies and gentlemen. So lights on, and just want to thank you. And just want to make sure what height we contact departure. It doesn't say there, so after. Oh, it just says after takeoff contact Keflavik. So tokens in chat. Yoga cam coming on. There we go. Timing is here. 40%.
Easy 9006, continue on Echo 4, hold short to November 4, and contact ground 121.
Stabilised. Set takeoff thrust.
So you Echo 4, hold short, November 4, contact ground 121.
9.2. Just knocking the trim.
KLM 6,
Takeoff thrust sets indications.
line up and wait, runway 10.
80 knots.
Checked, release forward pressure. And just, you can sort of see that I feel the nose will wanting to come up a little bit as it bounces on the runway, but rudder and input, it's just a lot smoother, a lot more realistic in the sim. V1, rotate. Some trimmed a little bit nose up because of the nose wheel issue. We're now airborne. Much nicer than it was before. Positive climb, gears up. I will need to retrim this. I had a little bit of nose down trim in.
EC 90809 on frequency.
400.
LNAV. And again, just showing the roll rates. Again, it's a little bit better. This could be a little bit more sensitive, but the pitch is so much better now. I do just prefer how this aircraft handles. The trim effectiveness though is much better. This is something like I'm not happy with in the PMDG, so we'll bug up. The PMDG for me, why is it done Mach decimal 60 though? That is a bug. 340 knots, impressive. Just the up speed, I think. I do like the trim. It's a lot more effective. It feels closest to the real thing in this aircraft, in the ZIBO mod with the PMDG. Flaps 1, contact departures.
4000 feet off below, direct Tangi, Golf Alpha Sierra. Golf Alpha Sierra, when ready, squawk 1341.
And flaps up.
1341, Golf Alpha Sierra.
And departures, good day, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, Oscar 1 Bravo, passing 2,500 for 290.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, Keflavik approach below identified, climb by level 290, direct Oscar and free speed.
Climb for level 290, direct to Oscar, free speed, can you confirm please, that's unrestricted climb?
Excellent.
Thank you. Perfect, so 290 is set, then we should be nicely in trim here, so I'll quickly heads down, legs, straight to Oscar. So flying a little bit of the flight directors, execute, and that will get rid of all of the restrictions to VNAV, free speed as well. So when you're given free speed, you can delete the 250 below 100, and it goes straight to your econ climb speed, which is 300 knots in this case. That is permitted in controlled airspace as long as you've been given it the clearance by ATC. That wouldn't usually happen in Class A airspace, or Class D. Sorry, but yeah, we can go straight to 300 knots now. Yeah, it's handling really nicely. I feel now as we accelerate to 300 knots, the altitude should be a bit lower. The flight director's commanding a climb of around 1,700 feet per minute. In reality, it would be lower than that. It should be around 900 to 1,000 feet per minute. It's getting there now. It should be much quicker getting to that point there. So we're accelerating to 300 knots quite slowly. Anyway, that's looking good. It is flying nicely. The roll, yeah, that's much better now. And pitch is much better too. I mean, I am having to look at the instruments because it's dark outside. Anyway, it's enough of making the passengers sick. Command A. Now let's do the after takeoff checklist. So gears off, brakes off, lights. Sorry, taxi light can come off. Star switches off, air conditioning and pressurisation 2.2 psi, climbing auto, bleeds on, all in auto. Air conditioning and pressurisation is set. Release the crew. Standard can be now set as well. Passing 6 flight level 290 after takeoff checklist. Now, my operator, the pilot monitoring, reads and does most of the after takeoff checklist silently, so that's why I don't use it on the interactive checklist there. But we're on our way. How's the noise, guys? I hope the mic's volume's okay and X-plane volume's okay too. Nice shortcut as well from Oscar. I think that's the FI boundary for the Oceanic. It's Keflavik, we've already got our clearance. And 300 knots, 2,000 feet per minute. At this gross weight, we take off about 67 tons. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, it's going up now. I'd expect it to be about 3,000 feet per minute. The amount of thrust you get for the ZIBO mod is really good. Cheers, Edo. Thanks for the feedback. And Anon. What airline is AMV? Just had a look on the VATSIM map. I don't know at all. Yeah, too. I need to. Yeah, the checklist is very loud actually. Let's see if I can fix that. I think it's the fly with lure. I'll have a look into that for next stream. Right. 106 flight level 290, let's do the pre-cruise check. So fuel, 6 pumps, we still have just 60 kilos in the sensor, so that'll come off shortly. Lights, logo can come off. Fly the APUs off, pressurisation 3.9 and set. Reached the passengers, nice and smooth, really cool. Compared to yesterday, this is a pleasure. After takeoff checks complete. Sim 737 pilot, random test, PMDG holds 3914 in wings at BIKF, so a little less than ZIBO. Yeah, I doubt PMDG have gone to the trouble of modelling fuel density, but I certainly know ZIBO did implement fuel density, so the colder it is, the more fuel you can get in the wing tanks. So you can see that we can get almost 4 tons in the wing tanks, which is quite common in the winter. It has to be very cold, usually way below freezing. Same in the summer when it's hot, might be 30 degrees more, you might only be able to get 3.8 tons in the each wing. That's true, maybe I missed your answer. So you had fuller tanks and used it as it was cold. Is there a risk of the tank bursting if the fuel gets warmer? There is drain masks, which I should think cater for that. The tanks will never burst. Let me just turn down the external volume. I don't think we'll see it here. There's some oh, look at that. Now that lighting is really good. You won't see it because it's night. There's a couple of overboard drain masks, so if it gets to a certain point it'll overflow. I need to talk to a fueler about that again. But yeah, that won't happen. Yeah, I think it's a fixed fuel density in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But no, it's just nice to be back in the ZIBO mod. There are issues, there are bugs, but just a handling point of view, it was really nice. Oh, I forgot to turn on the Toby eye tracker for takeoff. At night it isn't so beneficial, but I found that in X-Plane the movement isn't quite as fluid. It does work, but I actually disabled the eye tracking feature and just used head tracking, and I found that to be a lot better, because when I was on final, when I had eye tracking on, as soon as I looked at my instruments, the whole camera went. So yeah, head tracking on only. There you go, many miles. You had nothing to worry about at all. Right then. At cruise, I'll go crack open a beer, okay? Seeing it is a Christmas group flight. I need to find some royalty-free Christmas music as well. Sim 737 pilot, did you notice guys in the feel oceanic through nat track? No, we didn't. Flight time's 2 hours, guys. 2 hours and... well, it should be about 2 hours exactly. So once we get into the 1 hour mark, we'll do the first giveaway, which is going to be for the Alpaca Airways Choice of Hat reward. Now the giveaway to enter that giveaway is the one on the Google form linked via Discord. That'll enter you, if you use that form, will enter you both into 2 giveaways. One for the merch, so you can win any one of the Alpaca Airways hats, and then I'll roll the giveaway again for the usual MOGF prize after landing, and then I'll roll the other 2 giveaways for the members taking part in the MOGF group flights for each sector. But Airline, so it's another virtual airline. Oh, cool. So where is my top of climb bug? 80 miles away. Nowhere to do a fuel check really on this route, and this is quite common in real life. You can certainly have on sectors to and from Tenerife or the Canary Islands, we have sectors or waypoint gaps of about 300 miles. It can be, you just have to wait to do fuel checks until you get to the next one. I know what's happened. Okay. Is it a posh top hat? The Alpaca Airways top hat? No! Baseball cap or beanie? Choice, the winner can choose, and then for the next one I'm doing next week, I'll the winner will be able to have a choice of anything from the merch store. That'll be the last one. Nice tornado.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, leaving my sector, there's nothing further, tell us to the right.
And cleared contact Unicom and fixed off for ATC, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike and O. Over to Nicole. Don't know if we've got any Oceanic ATC here, but I think since... I mean, they had that nat track thing. I just see Domino Martinez comment about nat track. I don't think you have to do position reports, but position reports aren't too difficult. You just have to say where you're routing to, your ETA, your MAC number, cruise level. It's not too much to forget. Even my operator, we don't do oceanic flying, but we do some sort of oceanic tracks to the Canaries, nat tracks, not nat tracks, tango routes. We actually have like a crib sheet on how to get your oceanic clearance. You just fill in the gaps. It's quite useful. No problem for the guys that do it every day, but I've never done it. I forgot to mention Anon. I was in Discord and the other guys. Thank you for all your help about the BMW the other day. I've sold it. I had a friend look at it and he said it's going to cost me 3 times as much to, it's going to cost me 3 times what the cost's worth to fix it, and it's going to have to be fixed. So, sold it. Sold off me 600 quid. Sold it for £1,000 in the end. Sold them exactly what was wrong, and I've got myself a Passat. Got an old school, old man car. So it's 4 years old, done 100,000 miles, very high mileage, but it's got 2 years warranty on it with VW. Paid $29.99 a month for. Pretty happy. Yeah, there was Reykjavik control online. I think just before the start of the stream, I did see that Reykjavik control online. I was actually looking on flight radar, not the VAT scope. Flight radar might show us. Look at that little green flight going on. That's wicked. I can see us. Oh, hold on. I need to refresh it. There we are. Look at that. That's so cool on the VATSIM map. We are literally dominating. Love it. You can tell there's a group flight or a crossfire going on. So cool. No worries, boss. Yeah, sell her off and get a newbie when it's at that point. If someone wants to fix her up and give her a new life, that's great. But you've got to have time, knowledge, and tools for all that. Oh, I ain't on though. But the list was crazy. Where do I start? So, oil leak from the engine, gearbox oil leak, quite bad corrosion on the all four struts, corrosion on the rear bumper. I bought it and I think it lived on a farm for a lot of its life. It was so muddy in places. It was clean when I got it, but it was very muddy under like the car. So that was it under the car. Handbrake didn't hold it. Turbo was leaking, turbo was whistling. Clutch needed replacing. But the biggest issue was this exhaust leak into the cabin. So every time you start it off, it stank of diesel, fumes and smoke. Once you got under speed, it sort of was okay, but as soon as you're stationary, you could just smell it coming in through the heating system. So yeah, a lot of work needed. It's been a good car for me, but it required too much work. Do you do your own maintenance? No, I don't many miles, but I have a very good friend of mine who's he's actually a captain, a colleague of mine, and he's changed airline, and he's very knowledgeable with cars. He services all his cars, he's got a number of vehicles, does his friends, his family's cars. He had a look at it and said, yeah, man, that's no good. He actually, when I bought the car, he did a lot of work on it to get up to speed, because I bought it, it was a bit of a wreck when I bought it. It needed 4 new disc brakes, 2 new shock absorbers, because 2 of them were leaking, and it ran really well for a long time. But I think the previous owner, I bought it with 90,000 miles on the clock, and it wasn't right when I bought it. It only cost me $4 grand when I bought it. But it's lasted me 5 years, and I sold it with 135,000, 140,000 miles. I think it was nearly 140,000. So I've done 50,000 miles in it myself. Now the one I bought, it's only 4 years old, but it's done 100,000 miles. But it's one owner. It's just sat on a motorway its whole life. It's very clean, and Volkswagen. I was telling the guys in Discord earlier. They do a service. It's called all-in-one. Now, if you're Volkswagen, you own a Volkswagen, it's between 4 and 6 years old. You can pay $29.99 a month for 2 years, and in that 2 year period, you get 2 services, 2 MOTs, 2 years warranty and 2 years breakdown cover for $29.99 a month. So I thought, you know, I'll buy it. I've got 2 years of warranty, and it's the same, quite comprehensive warranty, same as you get for a new car, and that just gives me a bit of peace of mind. And I think within 2 years, I'd know if it's been well looked after or not. I got a good price for it. I know used car prices have gone up a lot, but I was happy with what I paid for it. It was one of the cheapest cheapest ones on Auto Trader. So anyway, I think it's because it's done so many miles. Off topic we're going there. Many miles. Funny story. My wife's Chevrolet Tahoe has a front differential problem. I was 5 minutes from ordering a unit and doing it on my own until the very last second I realised it was under warranty. Oh, that could have been a waste of money. Oh, hold on. Wait, I'm sat here. Right, who's actually flying this plane? I'm sat here at flight level 290, guzzling fuel. 370. Feed av. None of you lot noticed in chat. Right. 370 set. Overhead panel. MCP. Using reserve fuel, I hope not. Yeah, 3.1, that's fine. Jim! Damn it, Jim. Hey, pilot flying's my responsibility. Sim 737 pilot. So PMGG manually set fuel density, but the volume is shown on display will never go above 3914. The fuel manual will show a reduced percentage even if entering 100%. Oh, so you can only... Oh, so you can only put in 100% in the menu, and whatever that is, it'll be 3914. I think that's what I'm going to say. Now we know the reason why your stream is private. Bank angle 10. But I hope you guys are all ready for Christmas. Like I said, I'm hoping to... There's been a slight change of plan with my Christmas plans, so I'm actually... for those of you who missed it, I have some holes in my ceiling in my lounge. I had a leak and they're getting repaired tomorrow afternoon, so I've got to be at home, otherwise I would have gone with my partner to parents this weekend on Friday evening, but now going on Christmas Eve, and I have to be here, so I'm going to stay tomorrow night because I really don't want to drive. I've got to drive quite far away, a 2.5 hour drive, and I don't want to do that on Friday, weekend before Christmas, where very few trains are running. It's going to be crazy, so I might just wait until early morning. Holes in your ceiling, holes in your exhaust. I know, many miles. The picture's on Discord somewhere, but I had a leak. Turned the heating on a month ago, and I forgot to connect one of the radiators up properly. I'm renting it. It's quite a new house, only about a year and a half old, but I think I must have been the first person with the heating on. Your Common Air Scott has just departed from Bergen. Very good. Hi, Disabled with Style. Thank you very much for your membership ping there. That should come up. 11 months as a member. So hi, Sam. Been looking forward to the MOGF around my neck of the woods. Though perhaps, although different part of Norway, divert to is that Tromsø? Can't remember now. Oh, I can't remember. Happy Christmas. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time as a member. Homemade view, that's why. Maybe the APU was in my car, that's why I was stinking exhausts. Thunderstorms off the Norwegian coast, oh really? Actually no, we did say we got snow showers and blizzards much later on at our destination. Let's have a look at charts. No significant weather forecast at least. Probably some CBs. Going on 10 degrees already. See a little bit of light on the horizon there. Oh, I fixed the FPS issue. I've capped the FPS at 60 FPS now, because yesterday I was getting very good performance from the PC, and once the FPS got above 60 it was sort of making Streamlabs stutter. So now it should be silky smooth. Yeah, this is much better. Sorry guys. I think they're all aircraft behind. Look at that! Look look at all of you there. I can see your strobes flashing. So cool. 2212, 86 Charlie. Well, actually, I think that might be a star for the rest of you. Miss doing flybys. And look at the contract. Look at that. Alpaca 542's got its landing lights on. You can tell, look, 'cause it's so much brighter. Very cool. Sim 737 pilot, what brand model of monitor are you using? I'm using a very cheap Samsung 1920 1080 curve monitor, about 100 quid. I've got 2 of them. I'll show you very quickly. Hold on. Let me. Ew. This is members exclusive look. There you go. So I've got. This is how I have my setup. So I have the stream here, so I can see exactly what you're seeing here. And then on the left hand side. I've got all my... I just realised something. Hold on. Let me... that's better. So I've got other things all controlling stuff there, like Tobii Eye Tracker, Spotify, other things, and then the Streamlabs is all here as well. I don't think I gave away too much. No, I need to get yoke cam set up again. And then down here, I've also got yoke cam, but what's quite cool, I can control elements of my stream. I keep forgetting to use this, quite good. This is Streamlabs app, so I can actually, I can control certain things, transitions, music, things like that, just pressing a button on the iPad, which is pretty cool. Mr. Julia Roberts, I saw it. Many miles. What brand model of Volkswagen are you using? It's a Volkswagen Passat. It's the tiniest engine. 1.6 litre diesel. I think it's called a business. Passat SE. It's got the tiniest engine. It's just the runaround. But it's very economical. I can do on one tank. I think it's 700 miles. I don't know if it's turbo diesel. I think it's only got 120 horsepower, and it's very slow. The BMW had about 180. 6-speed stick shifter. But it's very. It's got Apple CarPlay, which is great, so I can plug all my Google Maps, Waze. I usually use Waze app as well. But it's got adaptive cruise controls, so you can track the car ahead of you. It'll brake and accelerate for you. It's very nice inside. I was really impressed. I mean, for you American guys, a 4-year-old car in the UK to have done 100,000 miles, that's very high. Typically, average in the UK is about 10,000 miles a year for most people. In America, that would be very low. It's a ton of fun. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a racing car or anything like that, but it's like the Bob stand in Passat. I'm very happy with it. Now we're approaching 370. That obviously took a lot longer than it should have done because I leveled off at 290 for a short while. Climb rate performance here is very much identical to how it would be in real life. You can sometimes barely climb at 370, especially if you're close to your max or optimal. So 382, you can go a tad higher, but sometimes you have to level off if the wind changes. There we are, top of cruise. Then we'll do a fuel check at 63 north, 010 west. Mason, any pictures of the new car? No, it's a secret. I don't share those things. I took a picture of my old car, but no, I won't share that. Tom Mosina, with Top Gear reference there. Excellent. I mean, sometimes forget how big Iceland is. We're still overhead Iceland. I don't think we'll be able to see it. Ah, sorry. Ah, nice at the B2 volume control. No, it's completely pitch black. I didn't download any ortho because of the time of day. Must be over clouds because there's no lights illuminating down there at all. Then we have the cold Atlantic to fly over. Yeah, I have a graphic open on the side here. Flying over the Faroe Islands, then just north of Sumra, the Shetland Islands, and onwards to Bergen. Awesome tool, this Navigraph. Really cool. It's just a really awesome tool. This mapping is epic. I just wish we had this in the real plane. Next they need to add this sort of 3D. If they had 3D modelling of the terrain, that would look so cool. But, you know, you can see the VOR look 112.4. Look at it, just down there on the left. You can see it on the here on Navigraph. And there's the VOR there on the ND. It's very, very cool. Why is it swinging around like that? Is that just DME? There's VOR DME. I'd be a little bit concerned. If it was an NDB I'd understand, but no, the VOR is a VOR. Shouldn't be swinging around like that. Cool anyway. Daffy's smiling, hope you're doing well. And you have 2 stars. Amazing. Mace9, love the global map Navigraph recently introduced. Was especially useful during the polar flight I did from Tokyo to Helsinki. Very cool. Yeah, I come from my ATPL theory days. When you fly over North or South Pole, you have to sort of do, is it true north map reading and flying? God, I'd really have to refresh my knowledge on that. Do you always start with Navigraph for flight plans? I use SimBrief, which is now owned by Navigraph Stratica. So my methodology is, when I plan a stream, what I usually do, the first thing is jump. I install the aircraft, install the latest version of the aircraft, update the sim as required, jump in the sim, look at the weights of the aircraft, and then I'll go into SimBrief, generate the flight plan using the estimated zero fuel weight. And then with SimBrief, you can now, because it's fully integrated with Navigraph, I just go import, and then you can import the flight plan here. But it's a really good tool. You can sync data with your current flights and select the expected SIDS and stars for you. It's really quite useful. Yeah, the VR needle was having a bit of a party. Maybe it's because we were more in the cone of confusion, but no, it's about 10 miles off track. Jetpack, really hard to figure out all the stuff from switching to Mac and how all the X-Plane stuff works well now. I know it's all compatible, but yeah, I think having Windows just makes it a bit easier. Yeah, I had to use true north above around 83 degrees north. Totus A340 has it. Oh, cool. Yeah, then we can only operate up to 84 degrees north. Anything above that, 737-800 can't fly. It's 83, 84, 82, way higher. I don't fly myself. Cool. Right guys, I'm going to get myself a drink. I'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. In half an hour, so 6:50, we'll roll the first giveaway, the merch giveaway. Don't forget to enter, check the announcement section of Discord to find the Google form link. All you've got to do is enter your email address, log in basically to Google Mail, put in your Discord name, and that's it. Now, yeah, your email, I'm not using it at all. It's just a Google feature, because if I don't have that feature to be able to log in with Gmail, you could enter the giveaway multiple times. This just ensures that it can only be entered once. Right, anyway, I will see you guys in about 3 or 4 minutes. I'll just get to the toilet to get myself a drink, and we'll crack on from there. See you in a bit. a lot for that intermission, guys. Check back into the comments. Cheers, everyone. I didn't get myself a beer. Captain Morgan. There we go. I didn't get beer. Oh, 197's online. Ooh, yeah. Should I contact them? Should I wait for a ping? Not sure. Cheers, John. I've seen it. Cheers, Adon. I bet if you got a ping, I'll contact them.
1750 UTC, wind 020 degrees, 11 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, clouds, broken, 4,800 feet, temperature +1, dew point -8, QNH 1011.
So I think X-Plane have got something going on fishy with their altitude reporting, or I think it's modelling temperature error, because you can see this aircraft 1,300 feet above. If in reality, obviously they have their standard set, it'd only be 1,000 feet above. I noticed it's an X-Plane 12. Oh, he's not going to want a position report, is he? See, you guys are nervous about position reports. I can't actually remember because I don't fly oceanic airspace. The exact format, excuse me, for doing position reports. I've got it written down somewhere.
Next 713, proceed direct to just a sec.
My drink is finishing flying right now, so cheers. Drip. Huh?
Next 713, proceed direct to Mike Yankee, hold as published over Mike Yankee.
Who's holding at Mike Yankee? Oh, isn't that the Faroe Islands?
Clear at your own discretion and be whiskey, runway 12,
I think
report
that's Faroe Islands, isn't it?
Roger, direct Mike Yankee, when I'm holding up the weapon, descend 7,000 feet, cleared RMC whiskey for runway 12, and then when full established, contact you. Channel 7.
Transavia 6887, contact arrival on 119er decimal 3, goodbye. 119er decimal 3, Transavia 6887, thank you.
Let's check in anyway. And is it Reykjavik Centre?
Channel 713, radar service terminated.
He said under radar control, so I don't think they'll get any position reports.
Keflavik said a good evening.
Oh, Dom, I forgot. My apologies. I'm very sorry. I forgot you said you were
Alpaca 57 Mike, hello, Reykjavik identified, climb flight
no colic beverages for me, sadly.
Climate 370, Alpaca 57 Mike.
Radar, good evening. It's Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, maintaining flight level 370, inbound to 63 north, 010 west.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, hello, Reykjavik, under radar control.
Thank you. Oh, he's got a super radar. Actually, to be fair, we're not too far away from the mainland, are we? Have you actually had your op now, WC? I could see Andy saying you looked at it well, mate, so well. Good luck with everything, as well, keeps posted. Yes, Sim Pilot 29, I haven't heard from them. I've learnt on that Sim because I used to wait. I used to just contact him myself. Is that Orion's belt there? 3 stars. I took a picture of Orion's belt. If you guys... Right, check this picture out. I forgot to share this actually the other day. I was at work. I took a picture of this and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's... I'm no good with stars or anything. I think this is one of the most famous constellations. But the picture quality on the cameras now these days was really good, especially with the exposure time. I'll put it in space channel.
Reykjavik Control, good evening, Alpaca 14 Mike, Juliet flight level 370, inbound 63 north, 010 west. Alpaca 14 Mike, Juliet, hello, Reykjavik identified.
There you go. I've just shared it in the space channel in Discord.
November Mark 09, Bergen cockpit.
Oh, I can see you guys reacting already. Hold on, I've got another one somewhere.
Reykjavik Control, Alpaca 967,
Yeah, that's the
flight level
exact same one.
370, Mach
Sorry.
decimal 78,
Oh, you're still liking it?
north 010
Hold on.
at
Where's the other one I was
1858
looking
Zulu.
for? There we go. Sending one more. How cool is that? That was a 10-second exposure. So this is my favourite time of flying. It's when you have this sort of moonless nights, and you can turn all the lights down in the cockpit. So you're in the cruise here on the way back to Tenerife, over the Atlantic. Built-up areas, there's so much light pollution can affect you here, especially if it's cloudy. So you come up to the cruise, you turn this down all the way, turn the DU lights all the way. This is actually quite cool, realistic. Do the. Oh, I got an RA, but no.
Reykjavik Control, good evening, Alpaca 2, Tango Lima.
Oops. This is an X-plane issue, but yeah, that would be. I should get. This is all bugged out. I should get a descend with a red line appearing here.
Flight level 3702, Tango Lima.
Turn all the lights down like this. FMC lights down, and then this down, and you can, and honestly, you can see so far. But if you let your eyes adjust, obviously it won't do it in the simulator, you can see so much. Just look at one patch of the night sky, and so many stars, thousands and thousands and thousands, and you don't get that view anywhere else. Very lucky to have that view. You fly with a lot of colleagues. I think generally a lot of pilots, all of you guys in chat, I think a lot of people have just a general sort of fascination, interest in space. So we can talk for hours about it. Very good. Yeah, that's an interesting point there, Bounce. From the Challenger 650 on X-Plane 12 on X-Plane 12, the custom Challenger 650 atmospheric model has been removed since X-Plane 12 now implements temperature effects on altimetry natively. That's good. It just makes it have compatibility issues on that sim with other simulators. So Microsoft Flight Simulator obviously I don't think models any sort of temperature error, whereas X-Plane are. So that would be quite good to do a tutorial on temperature corrections, show you how cold temperatures can affect the altimeter. It makes it overread, so your actual altitude's a lot lower than what the altimeter is saying.
Control, Greenland 2, 1 to ship.
Ideally, hello all. Almost made it to be able to participate in the MOGF, but it would have been really rushed. So I think I'll enjoy this one from my monitor watching the professionals do it. Oh, I wouldn't say that, do you? Thanks for popping in and watching, buddy. Just please don't hesitate. You know, this is a sort of members only stream. You know, we do this every month. If you have any questions, it gives me a lot more chances to sort of talk to you one-on-one as members individually. As I mentioned in my post in Discord a few days ago, I've been just so busy, and I always pride myself on being able to respond to all pinged comments and DMs daily. And I am pretty much doing that consistently. There was a couple of days in the last 2 weeks where I've just had to let them sort of build up a bit because of work. It's been extremely busy. A combination of factors I mentioned the other day. Winter disruption, had a lot of snow, very cold weather in Europe. That has sort of gone away temporarily, which has improved things there, but my operator, historically, we have a lot of crew that join the company, get some hours, and they leave to sort of fly wide-body jets, so the Middle East, and they are recruiting heavily, and a number of colleagues are looking at opportunities and leaving work their notice, which has meant temporarily certain bases have been a little undercrewed, and because I'm based in the UK, we have several bases in the UK, we find historically in the past going out of base probably happens 2 or 3 times a year. At the moment it's happening 2 or 3 times every 2 weeks. I mean, in the last month I've been out of base 6 times. It's very unusual. On my roster, I did have some more out of base in 2 weeks' time, but actually that's gone actually in my next 4 weeks. I don't have any out of base, which is quite nice. And I've got another 2 blocks, a block of earlies and a block of lates after Christmas and through New Year, and then I do have 2 weeks annual leave, so I'll be around a lot more there. Let's have a look here. Do make sure you're on the latest pilot version. Older versions sometimes show them negative altitude on our scope. So yes, I do have the latest one, latest beta. Save it. Anyone else there? Perhaps take that advice there. Anyway, so what's all the pilot opportunities in the Middle East? All the big boys, Emirates, Qatar, they are all recruiting. They treated their staff, I would say, professional here, but a lot of crew during the COVID pandemic, not abundantly, they were just chopped, just told to go, and it's sort of, I think, caught them out a little bit now, and now they're having to, recruit heavily to ensure they can keep the operation going. So the weather update, look, I've just lost 100 feet on the altimeter. But the flag carriers are also recruiting as well, and also you got the usual sort of people retiring, etc., as well. The usual sort of outgoing flight crew too. Captain, you know how to take camera inside a cockpit for taking pictures? I mean, with a small size, but still. No, so my operator, they don't want professional sort of standard filming equipment, so that is prohibited. Now, we take our phones to work, we have the phones, we need them down route to be able to contact the company as well, and any costs involved with that can be reimbursed. But yes, in the crew's non-critical phase, no problem taking a few pictures or things like that, just not during non-critical critical phases, just have your head screwed like that sort of. But no, I'd love to take recording equipment. You can get permission from the chief pilot. You can write to him, and whether that can be granted or not, I don't know. But it does say it is prohibited if you want to contact the chief pilot. Because I do know a number of colleagues have recorded stuff in the past. Not with me personally, but I choose not to. A, it's prohibited. B, I quite like to remain anonymous, so I don't want to start filming me and my body parts. Otherwise, you'll know who I am. Anyway. You can always see the route between Hiroshima and Tokyo online.
Alpaca 343, expect NAS to my
Also, chemtrails on the way to Echo November Bravo Romeo. Look at this, we're going to have a number of aircraft just flying past us.
Repeat that for Alpaca 343.
Oh, crikey. We're going to have one aircraft 200 feet above and 800 feet below. So they're in Microsoft Flight Simulator on the same sim, because look, there's only 1,000 foot separation here. This is dangerous. This is going to be very close, and I will get an RA from this. Oh my god! There they all come. And this is X-Plane 12. It's just not very compatible now with that sim of the simulators because of the it's the temperature error they're modelling. That would be an RA. We're all converging over 63 north, 010 west at the same time. Look at them all. There's loads of you. So who's going to be first? Yes, it's the 200 feet separation here. So in real life I get an RA, so that's obviously not working in the mod here, so you get the TA first, there we go. Descend. A TA and an RA. That's very close. 200 foot separation, look as well. Whoa! Where's the other aircraft as well? Is it Alpaca? Lowest. 17.
Ember 284. Fly heading 280.
It's like a busy motorway, isn't it? Modified RVSM.
Alpaca 5, Alpaca 36, X-ray Mike, fly heading 0905.
Heading 0905, Alpaca 36, X-ray Mike. Heading select. I think you might have not realised that aircraft had gone past us. He's trying to separate from someone. He's probably doing some separation here. But yeah, there needs to be some sort of... Yeah, look! Oh, look at that! Look, see how he's actually separated us. Look, he's giving him a turn as well. Like, oh no, he can't be. He's over 1,000 feet away. He's just not taking no risk. Doesn't very bright beacon light.
Request 5 minutes out of cockpit. Report back.
I feel how brave and foolish I was to use X-Plane 12 and ZIBO on this very MOGF. Still sweating, me too. It seems to be working okay, and I did the test sector earlier to see if it was all working okay. But yeah, is anyone else here actually who is using the latest ZIBO mod 2.2 in X-Plane 12? Are your lights illuminating on your MCP? I've tried the other Collins MCP, still the same issue. Domino Racine, okay, one question. Back in November we had a bomb threat after landing. We were then sat on board the plane with potential bomb for over 40 minutes, which was kept to keep passengers on board so long. Now, yeah, I'm not going to talk about it in depth, Domino Racine, because it is quite a sensitive topic. There are certain aspects of security training, you know, it's no big secret. These bomb threats happen. We have a very set amount of procedures we have to follow. So, in that situation, we'd be utilising, you know, the company, contacting operations, we're contacting the security forces, the police, whoever's dealing with that on the ground. There's a lot going on in that situation, hoax or not. Now, at any time I thought that the safety of the passengers was jeopardised, I wouldn't call to evacuate the aircraft, but obviously that could trigger a potential bomb if there is one there, so you've got to be very careful. There's no right or wrong way of dealing with it. Obviously, keeping them on board is very inconvenient, but we have to take all hoax bomb threats seriously, regardless if they're hoax, which are 99.999% of the time, but you never know. So yeah, as inconvenient as it was to be sat on that long on the aircraft, this just has to be done in certain situations. It's been like that a lot anyway in the last month. Not hoaxes, bomb threats, but just with winter ops, we've had to wait a lot for because aircraft need to be de-iced. Often means that when we arrive, our stand's occupied, so we have to just wait 20, 30, sometimes 45 minutes for a stand to free. And I'm sat there on the aircraft with the engines running. Andy, using X-Plane 12 MCP buttons, not lighting up for me tonight, but they worked on my test sector last night. Wonderful. Yeah, of course, yeah, I know, I've never seen them. They get calls, isn't it?
Alpaca 2 November Whiskey, we're about 5 minutes away. Calling station again.
There you go, Chewbacca. Speaking about keeping people on the plane, people on the ground in the plane. This week in Vancouver, they had to hold between 4 to 11 hours because of severe snow. We're quite lucky in Europe, we just don't get that sort of level of disruption. Like in America, United States, they get horrific storms, and in Canada as well. So much snow. Andre Bjorn, hello from Tower. Finally able to catch stream, waiting for you guys from Bergen. Thank you very much, Andrew Bjorn, for your part in organising ATC and providing ATC. It was great. Nice talking to you. I didn't like your Airbus comment though. That was poor taste. Wait, where's my...
830 Zulu, you are clear to your destination, Keflavik, running for departure 12. After departure, follow Mike Yankee to Sierra. Flight en route via Golf 3 and Nazbu. Flight level 290. Expect flight
I think
level
he's keeping me off the, he's keeping me off the track, look, because all these aircraft flying directly towards me heads on.
Destination Keflavik via the Mike Yankee to Sierra departure, runway 12, Golf 3. Initial flight level 290 and expecting flight level 340. Mach 0.80 on the speed and 4136 on the squawk for the ZIBO.
Just having a look at the VATSIM map. VATScope looks so cool. Look at our group fly. Go! Look at this! Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Alpaca 36X3 Mike, direct air sir.
Direct to air sir, Alpaca 36X3 Mike. Bring it to the top. execute, then re-engage LNAV. Remember to check your FMAs.
Amber 284.
So having the lights not working, obviously a massive bug, but remember the lights on the MCP, the only thing it means is that you can deselect the mode. It doesn't mean it's engaged. The only way of confirming what mode is selected is by checking your FMA. And we use the sort of rhyme, well it's not really a rhyme, but we say select, verify the FMA and call it. So we select it, push LNAV, verify it, and then we call it out to while monitoring LNAV after checking the FMA is engaged. Patrick, just noticed that I got my Alpaca badge this month. Thank you very much for 2 years as a member, buddy. And now I changed it all now because YouTube memberships have been here for sort of 3 years now, longer. They've actually increased the membership emoji amount. So after 2 years, you do earn the exclusive Alpaca emoji. So thank you very much for all of your support for that entire time. But now you get 2 stars straight away from the start. Then you get 3 stars, 4 stars, and then 5 stars for 5 years. Oh no, sorry, 2 stars for 2 years. I can't remember now. I think it goes up to 4 or 5 years. I couldn't really think of what else to design. You get a tiny, is it 32 by 32 box to do as well? It's tiny, so I thought, I just had some stars. But no, guys, thank you, all of you, and I hope you are still enjoying your membership. I'm always trying to think of ways to, keep you entertained. Whilst I'm so busy, is a little bit limited in what I can do, but I will do giveaways, more giveaways in the future. I've realised one thing, and all your membership, very grateful for, and I need to give more back to you guys for that. So that's why I'm doing these weekly giveaways for the month of December. I'll do some more giveaways in the future too. So thank you very much, as ever. Really do appreciate it. Julia Roberts for 48 months.
Need to hold before approach at least 5,000 or 6,000 feet or 10,000 feet above the sea level, at least for half an hour during the means that I have a lot of fuel on board.
Oops. That's actually, yeah, if you've got no emergency and you're above your max landing weight, you've got to burn it off, that's the only option. Fortunately though, it's a little cloudy, it would seem, down in Faroe Islands. Can't see a thing, it's pitch black. I'm so happy live mode is working. Such a shame yesterday. I must apologise for that stream yesterday. Actually, I know it was fun and stuff, but it was extremely unrealistic. I mean, the weather was, firstly, it was in a hurricane. The predetermined weather deteriorating gradually, deteriorated rapidly. 50-knot crosswind I tried to land in with the shade. Oh, I see, got you. 48 months you want a picture of Julia or Roberts. Gonna get sued. Don't sue me. Yeah, Julia's one 10-year commitment at least. Brilliant features. Oh dear. Anyway, 3 minutes until we roll the members' winter merch giveaways, don't forget, each month in December. I'll do this next year, remind me if I forget. I'll be doing a giveaway for the merch, and I'll get that all set up here in the background. I'll make it unrigged so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing in the background. I need to get to the Google Forms giveaway. We have 67 people have entered, and I'll use this same list as well after we land to roll the giveaway for the one and all for every member who's entered this giveaway too. Gin Packer, maybe Julia hugging an alpaca. Maybe Julia hugging the Gin Packer, not an alpaca. Thank you, we laugh, thank you. Anyway, let me just get everything set up here in the background. Right. Let's turn the music off. List randomizer is open. Okay, so here is the giveaway. Just share my screen. Perfect. So you guys should be able to see the giveaway. So here's the giveaway, members merch giveaway, the one you've all entered. If I go to responses, here's everyone that's responded. I'm now going to take this list and copy it. And this, remember, is for the. Oops, this is for the members merch giveaway. I'll be using the same list after we land to do the other giveaway, and then one for each person in each group of the group flight. So more chances of winning if you took part in the first. There we are. Copy over to list randomizer. Pasting. There you go. So everyone who's entered is there. There we go. So the winner, drum roll please, thank you Adon. Is it going to be 2 tons? Who knows? And this is for the Alpaca Airways hat of choice, just to show you what you could possibly win here. You could choose any one of these. You could choose the Alpaca Airways with an alpaca, just an alpaca, a flight deck to sim, or an alpaca beanie. Ooh, I can hear you all saying. So the winner of the merch giveaway is Fletch 306. You are the winner, Fletch 306. I'm making a note of your name. I don't know if you're here, who you are, but congratulations. Don't know who it is at all. Fletch 306, congratulations. Commiserations everyone else, but everyone here has a chance of winning. I'll be putting that into the next giveaway after we land as well. So congratulations to you. Let me do my amazing, we did it. Excellent. Well done, Fletch.
Number 24 Reykjavik.
Hat of choice. Number 1 rigged. So don't forget, after landing in...
Number 24 Reykjavik is calling.
After landing in Bergen, we'll do 3 giveaways, guys. We'll be doing that one again from that same list, so you can win from the choice from the group flight as well. And then don't forget, those in the group flight, group 1 and group 2, have a separate individual giveaway for the same prize. SP Me, who forgot to enter, will enter now. Enter now. You can still have a chance of winning a $50 X-Men gift card. If you're from the UK, you can have an Amazon gift card as well, or any add-on or flight sim add-on up to the value of around £50 with a split board, no problem. Sorted. Well done, Fletch. I don't know who that is. I'll have to go to Discord and tag him. If someone could tag him in live stream, that would be appreciated. Awesome. So top percent, we're live time, 19:29, so a little over half an hour. Weather in Bergen's quite nice. No proper wind swaps here. Yeah, my Captain Morgan's going down quite nicely. Cheers everyone. So I am planning, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to stream tomorrow. It'll be a public stream. So I'm going to do a final Christmas, happy Christmas themed stream. But I'm not sure what to do. Maybe do a ZIBO public stream, but there is a number of things I think I'd like to have addressed before I sort of massively showcase it online. Obviously this stream will be public after this. Might jump into the PMDG or do a group flight of Microsoft Flight Simulator, have a bit of fun.
Current heading is 109 Alpaca 57 Mike.
Alpaca, was it Fletch 306? Yeah, Fletch 306. Fletch _306 and then hashtag 607. You don't have a merch link below stream. I don't know if it's in the video description. Should be, I'll just have the same thing. Basically I have a Word document for my streams, one for Microsoft Flight Simulator, one for explaining, and I copy and paste each one. But yeah, it's in the link in the video description below. Oh no, Duffy, your sim has crashed. Another member wins instead. Ah, you see it now, perfect. Oops. I forgot to do a fuel check at, it was... Oh, I just love having Avitab back. Just the ability to pop things up and know that I'm not blocking anything on screen.
Alpaca 2 Tango Lima, region navigation, direct 63 north, 010 west. Continue navigation at 63 north, 10 west.
So we were there.
343, descend flight level 100.
Let's do a fuel check. We took an extra 30 minutes of fuel, and we had 5.4. We should have had 4.4. So we got an extra ton on board. Probably burnt an extra 100 kilos, but that's because I was sat 290 for a short while. Scottish, you're 3 o'clock. Oh, is that you all the way over there? Can't see you quite far off rig because I was on a heading. Oh, I see you. I see you. Alpaca. Ah, bit of turbulence. 5 kilo November.
November 284. Right.
I see you.
Number 284.
Bit of light turbulence. But no, the mod's handling well. XP12's now been released. Flew it obviously in the Dash 8, and I'm going to do. Oh, we're going to fly the Dash 8 again very soon. Obviously, that stream was a bit of a write-off, and I'll do a 2-sec today. Instead, I've got 2 weeks coming up off in January, which we're going to look forward to. Pleased with the sim. At the moment, I think it still needs a lot of work. I still prefer how XP11 was, with all the plugins and things like that. Afterwards, with Active Sky, the weather is better. The default weather in XP12 is better than it was in the default weather in XP11, but I don't think it's still as good as the Active Sky. Injected weather. Stratocaster, how do you get the plane icon to follow the Navigraph charts? You need to make sure you have, is it Simlink? Which comes with the program, I think. Yeah, Navigraph Simlink. So if I bring up my Navigraph, then it will show you where you are. Obviously I'm slightly off there because remember we went on a heading, that's why we're slightly off. That's super cool. It's such an awesome utility. It's about what, £11 a month. And that is, you know how if I got sort of track, that is a great circle route. Look how it constantly turns because I'm assuming we're flying with a sphere.
Number 109, expect us con pre-mic arrival, runway 10. Expecting Nazbo pre-mic arrival for runway 10 with the 109.
Very cool. Yeah, Simlink, Navigraph Simlink. It should come with Navigraph. Yeah, you need that regional simulator then. It's your aircraft industry. So many of you on the group flight today. And being a midweek group flight as well means a lot of people can't take part. This was the only option really. I could have done one tomorrow, but I was meant to be going away tomorrow night because I'm having the repairs done on my house in the afternoon. Needs to be around because I just don't want to travel in rush hour traffic to the side of the country. But yeah, thanks for everyone that took part. Share this on my Instagram story. Tag VATSIM Scandinavia.
154, descent flight level 340. Descent flight level 340 under 154.
Perfect.
Can you confirm the Astrum 3 mic arrival for Ember 109? Ember 109, negative. Nazbo 3. Nazbo 2. Nazbo 2 mic arrival, runway 10. Nazbo 2 mic for runway 10, Ember 109, thank you.
Just taking it up.
212, clear, report back.
Oh, Alex, you thought the MOGF was on Saturday. Ah.
I'm back in on Oscar, Delta request 5 minutes away from flight deck.
That's Will. Recognise that voice.
Maka 5. Maka 9, Whiskey Hotel, clear, report back. Good. Reykjavik control, hello, easy 121, passing flight level 215 for...
So yeah, I think tomorrow, if I can stream, I'll keep it simple. I like to spend a bit of time, if I fly an aircraft that's not the 737, if I'm going to stream tomorrow I won't have much time to sort of learn a new aircraft again. I think next, I might do PMDG 73, just keep it simple tomorrow, I might see if there's any VATSIM events, maybe before Christmas. And I want to fly the Dash 8 again on a 2-sec today, and then the Fearless will come next, because that is now that's what makes me tomorrow.
220, climbing block 290 towards Oscar, request 5 minutes out of the flight deck.
Oh, Andy, yeah, managed to get a shift swap for an earlier finish so I can take part. Awesome. How's your sector going so far? Andy, you're now passing at 3 o'clock. There you go. I can see you.
Object 241, thank you very much.
Ah, there you are. 1 Alpha Kilo. This is to do is do the fly past.
For about 5-10 minutes. Report back.
There you go, Andy. There you are. So I had that heading, it's taking me off course a little bit. There's Andy. Alpaca, Canada? I saw you. Yeah, I need to fix this so I'll stop getting Alpaca, Canada, Alpaca liveries for anyone in the 737-800. Try the Microsoft Flight Sim helicopters on the stream tomorrow. Oh, that's going to be crazy. Yeah, that could be quite good with the Tobii eye tracker though. There is a new payware helicopter, but I'll probably try the default ones. They've got that French thing, and then the Bell helicopter. Which one's the best of the two? I remember flying with some of you guys on Discord, had a bit of fun with that. I just need to set up. I understand sort of roughly how helicopters work. You've got a fixed RPM, they alter the pitch to adjust your lift and control. The tail rotor keeps all the balance, so you just rotate the speeds, rotate, but it's your axis. But how do you trim it? When you're flying along, I found when I'm cruising on around 100 knots, I'm having to have a constant pressure on the stick. How do you... you can trim a helicopter out, can't you? And how do I set it up in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Was it cheating? I don't know. I didn't even notice that. Alpaca 01 Alpha Kilo. No, you've got to get rid of the Alpha Kilo. It's just 01. Yeah, she did call ground on the tampering because you're the last one. I remember now. There is a trim like vertical landing wrong. I need to set that up. I have to get the Airbus stick out. And you can trim out the cyclic too. Cyclic's not too bad because I'm using sort of like the throttle on the as sort of as a cyclic. And then you have a governor which adjusts the throttle automatically to keep the RPM running. Helicopters, death trims. Microsoft Flight Simulator needs to do some helicopter lessons. I tried the default DC-3 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I didn't really get on well with it. Is there a... the default DC-3, is there sort of like a more complex version you can download? Do you know how the Indy builds A310 has an enhanced version? Is it the same with the DC-3? Because I really want to fly that again, but I love the one in X-Wing, my V-Sky, so I mean I've only ever streamed it once. 200 miles to go. Oops. If you get the Airbus, I think you can press the fly button. Anyway, approaching Ursa, that's when we'll exit the Oceanic or Reykjavik airspace area, and then we'll be entering, is he Scottish? No, just not Scottish. Polaris? Yeah, Polaris.
Polaris control 120.650.
There's a couple more aircraft passing us there.
120.650, Juliet. Thank you, bye bye.
Another one. Back at 7 Echo November. 39 viewers, only 23 likes. I don't push the likes for you guys. You already like videos, they're members. It's usually for the public streams. I don't know. But usually a lot of likes means more search results and things like that. Certain things seem to be more popular than others. But I can't believe we're up to... Yeah, well, what would be quite cool tomorrow, I'm up to 84,900 subscribers. If just before Christmas I can get to 85,000. I'm on. You can only see to the nearest 100 on YouTube. Subscribers you've got. I can always see exactly how many I have. I have 84,903 subscribers. So it'd be a push one stream to get 100 subscribers. If we get to 85,000, maybe I could incentivize doing a giveaway. But yeah, maybe I want to do a merch giveaway for Bergen viewers. areas, so I could probably do that tomorrow. What events though? Let's have a look at what that's events are tomorrow.
Retrofit control level easy 1 Charlie Bravo, going direct to Oscar, 53 flight level 200, 290.
I can't see that there. I want to show you guys, but always quite a few events. So, let me just share my screen. Unfortunately, because I have it in a windowed mode, I can't see it fully. So tomorrow, what we've got here at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Ooh, a Lanzarote madness. That could be interesting. We could fly to Lanzarote. Fly, land between 1700 and 1900 Zulu. I know Lanzarote quite well. I only flew there 2 days ago. In fact, I'll show you. If you want to jump back into Discord again, go to the aviation pics or clips. I took a picture. Interactive sharing. I think I took a picture of the side. There you go, look. This was 2 days ago. Have a look at the aviation pics and clicks channel in Discord. We could go to Lanzarote. That's a 1700, 1800. We've got loading. Rippins in it. Deluxe, so that's Brussels and Luxembourg. 1890, 2021. Oh, that won't go well with Lanzarote, but Brussels and Luxembourg is usually well catered for. So we could do that. That's a Christmas themed fly-in. That's 1800. What else have we got here? Bucharest Friday. I think that's the usual Friday event. Bucharest Friday. Oh, I could have a chat with IndyBuild to see your comment there, because I think if I chat and mention I could do some additional giveaways. They were always saying if you want to stream, let us know. Give me some copies to give away. And a Frankfurt Friday. Well, I could do a 2-sector between Frankfurt and Brussels. That's 1900 to 2200. So I could do a Frankfurt Brussels over like 2-sector, or flying to Lanzarote. Yeah, maybe Frankfurt Luxembourg or Frankfurt Brussels. That'd be just like a nice 2 sectors day between 2 European cities. It'd be nice to do a busy VATSIM event. I haven't done any in ages. That's it, really. The others are going to be too early or too late.
Ember 167, expect Navput 2 Mike arrival. Runway 10. Let's go to Mike arrival, thank you. Ember 167.
Because you guys are reacting to the post.
Ember 105, expect Navput 2
Yeah, 85,000 subs ain't always crazy. Channel will be 6 years old in January. Started January 17. 2017. It's just when I started as an SFI. 6 years. Put it this way, guys. When I started the channel, okay, on YouTube, I'd been flying the 737 and been at my operator for 6 years. It's now 6 years later, and I'm now a captain on the 737. That marks... That's incredible when you think about it. To this day, 6 years ago I started the channel, and 6 years ago I was just starting my type rating. It's crazy how long I've been Flight Deck Sim has been going for. I've been running Flight Deck Sim for half of my airline career. That's balmy. Well, Andy, at least you called included 01 in your call sign, yeah. Straticast, wish that 707 for X-Plane was still around. Would be cool if there was a DC-8 too. Yeah, that it did look cool, that 707. I think it was very basic though. Yeah, don't forget, yeah, IndyBuilds are doing that Christmas giveaway, so I think you can get all the sceneries. Well, not giveaway. You can get all the sceneries 20 quid, which is quite a decent price. Bellux will very much welcome you. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? It's almost to the day. You know? I started my type rating November 2012. Yeah, so 10... No, guys, I started my in 2021. No, 2011 I started my type rating, yeah. November 2011, so I've been like my operator for over 11 years. 2011, yeah, that's right. So that is 11 years ago. And I started the channel 6 years ago. So more after. Maths is hard, isn't it? Trying to work it out. It is when you're relaxed here on a group flight, sipping on a Captain's Morgan. Captain Morgan's. Oh, I'm slurring the words already. I think so, Anon. I'm very happy at my operator. I enjoy flying the 7-3. I'm very settled. I love the roster we have, albeit very busy in the winter. Do a lot of flying into difficult airports, a lot of hand fly. You know, I'd love to say I've flown a wide body jet, of course, but obviously not at the cost of uprooting my entire life. For some people, they really want to do it, but very happy. I do see myself staying here, certainly for the foreseeable future. Don't do what you did. You got lax and separately for 9997, but all three in the bundle for 1999. Whoops. Well, good luck with that, Dilly. I mean, that would be nice if they were all again. 133 miles to go, so I think we should start setting up for the approach. Turn the music off that, so just start concentrating on that. Listen out for the radios, occasionally cool. Down to 2.7 tons of fuel, we need 1.9 to divert, so we took that extra 1,200 kilos, should be okay for us. Weather's absolutely fine on forecast until much later on. So 250 below 100, forecast winds are in.
Alpaca 3663 Mike, contact Polaris 120650, bye bye.
120650, thanks for the ATC, Alpaca 36 X-ray, Mike, bye. Over to Polaris, I'll just stick these winds in, then I'll contact ATC.
Alpaca 46 whiskey, contact please description report ascent speed to place and approach 121.0.
200, 295.28.
Report speed to flight 1 approach 121.0, Alpaca 46 whiskey.
100 is 170.
2 minutes, but I can descend.
QH, shame the Phoenix doesn't have load sail.
Now, flight 180, alright, network off.
So just got the weather in Bergen, 0405, winds actually a little bit lighter, otherwise quite nice. A few clouds at 1,000 feet, QH 997. So 997 coming in, and then I'll reset that here. Oops. Really? I should put a slash in there. 997.
Alpaca 125, clear direct to EVIP. Direct to EVIP, Alpaca 125.
Check in as well. Polaris, good evening. Alpaca 36 X-ray, Mike, maintaining flight level 360, approaching AirSea. That's correct.
Alpaca 36 X-ray, Mike, Polaris control, hello, confirm maintaining altitude, you can take flight level 370.
Yeah, flight level 370. I'm in X-plane 12, so I don't think it's got temperature error in it. But yeah, we're on 370 with standard descent.
Thanks. That's what checked up.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the sim. So yeah, 996. Sorry.
Alpaca 14 Mike, Juliet, cleared at 1 Papa. When ready, descent flight level 200. Cleared at 1 Papa. When ready, descent flight level 200. Alpaca 14 Mike.
Fixed rings. Runway 36. 35, sorry. 35. It used to be 36. Magnetic variations probably changed it. Runway 35. We're at 37,000 feet, 37 times 3, 111. And then 10 miles. VMC down there, so I think I get down flat 15 at 4 miles. Now I'll try to remember to use the track IR. I only have it on for head tracking. For X-plane in eye tracking, it's a little bit too sensitive for me, but it works okay. I did a test take through earlier. You guys are watching in Discord, and I think I've got it all set up correctly now. Let's have a look at this routing and start.
Alpaca 125 expected further descent in about
Bergen.
7 miles.
Papa.
Roger.
That's the arrival. Approach will be ILS Whiskey 35. Airport, and we'll plan to vacate maybe Alpha 4, and we'll do the parking stand chart as well. I've got the real OPT here. Out of curiosity, I'm going to compare what the ZIBO performance calculator says in regards to the real one. Compare the two. I was watching some YouTubes. They were talking about single pilot commercial ops and robot pilots. What are your thoughts if you have any, boss? I don't. It's not going to come in our lifetime, ain't on flight. So the technology's there, but a computer, robot, or anything that's programmed does not have the ability to do anything that it's not programmed to do. An aircraft, an autopilot, let's say, can deal with pretty much 99.9% of most phases of flight quite accurately. The autoland system is also very accurate, but you can give it certain situations where it won't be able to deal with it. For example, a failed passive system, it won't be able to complete automatic landing if the engine fails. If you give it something such as like a combination of failures, such as an engine failure and let's say the gear won't come down properly, that would be another issue. And having just one pilot robot's not good enough, because if the other guy gets incapacitated, then what? So there'll be 2 pilots on the flight deck for years to come. Years and years. And I'm not saying that because I'm a pilot and I don't want to lose my job. It's just that is the fact. You know, they are incredible what they can do. They could program something to deal with normal phases of flight, but if you gave it a situation, Sully Airbus example, or a situation that's not been programmed for it, it's dead. Simple as that. Anyway, routing in via Entor. If that's a more morbid tone. There's Entor there. Let's go to plan. Entor 90 above, I just saw it there. We're then going to go 26.7 miles, 4,000 feet or above to Lemley. So I should put this to 4,000 feet or above, even though we'll be well above it at 132. From Lemley, right turn southbound towards Bravo Romeo 724, 8,000 to 4,000 feet, just checks the FMC, all the way there. Now, we want to sort of cater for a shortcut here. I don't expect to fly the entire RNAV approach. If we're still at 8,000 feet at 724, and then we get direct to Idava, let's see where the FMC ideally would like to place us. So there's 724, give myself the shortcut, and then I can temporarily delete this. So ideally, if we were to fly that shortcut at 724, we want to be at 5,300 feet for a CDA. Look, for nice idle for a CDA, we would want to be at 5,300 to make that left turn. So at the moment, if I erase all that, 724, it's very likely to leave us at 8,000 feet to fly the entire arc. So what I'm going to do is sort of meet it in the middle. If I put, let's say, well, the height was that, was it 5.4? If I put something like 6,000, so if I put delete this, execute, I'll put 220 knots or below, which is the speed restriction at 724, and then I'm going to put 6,000 feet. That way, it'll keep us in between 4 and 8,000, and in a decent position to be able to accept that clearance direct to Rivet without being too high on the approach. So let's put that in, execute. There we are. If we do have to fly around, we'll obviously maintain 6,000 feet, which is fine. 723, EGBR, max 220, 6,000 still, 722, 721, 720, Rivet. There's a bit of a bug there, it should be 6,000. And then let's put me back at 7679, that's a bug. It should be doing that, based off 6,000 feet still. ZIBO. 720 Rivet, and that's the clearance limit, 4,000 feet above checked. Rivet 3508, so I do need to put 4,000 feet above. Yeah, the VNAV needs a lot of work in the mods. The path is all wrong. It seems to be putting you far too low on the approach. It used to work perfectly in X-Plane 11, and then since X-Plane 12, VNAV's just been a bit broken, let's say. Keep an eye on it. Anyway, that's the approach. It's an RNAV SID, check the routing. Onto ILS 35. 1.0.5 the ILS, so we'll set that. I've somehow deleted my default pedestal view. Just reset that. There we are, miles. So the ILS frequency was...
Polaris Control, Alpaca 2212 at flight level 350 with you. Alpaca 2212, Polaris Control, hello, report, correction confirm, report mark
So 1105 is active, Bergen VOR or Flight is 1555.
Alpaca 2212. Alpaca 2212, are you able any faster?
155, course is 350.
We get you, Alpaca 2212. Alpaca 2212, roger, maintain Mach decimal 7 marker.
Set.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, cleared 801 Papa arrival. When ready, descent flight level 200, expect further descent 3 miles from midnight.
Cleared on the 801 Papa, when ready to send flight level 200, complete. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Flight level 200 is set. When ready, top of descent 40 miles. So frequencies, courses, minimums to come next. 2,500 feet to the platform to be level at Fox 35 Whiskey. That's a 7.4 DME, 7.2. That's close enough. There's Rivet 4000. And the transition's coming in from that point. That's good. Maintain at least 160 knots until 4 miles. Unless restricted by ATC, so we'll comply with that restriction. Farther holding. And just check the minimums. Category C is 364 feet. Setting that now. Used to click, but it is realistic to make any sound. 364 set, RVR required is 800 metres with all the lights. Have to go around or push toggle once. Go around flat 15, set go around first, positive climb, gear at 400 feet. LNAV, climb on track 3502, ERDAV. 350 ERDAV, head to the hold there, 3000 feet. Expect vectors. Wrist approach is brief. So fuel 2.7 to divert to Houghton, we need 1.9, not a huge amount, but 800 kilos extra. So 20 minutes we've used a bit of extra fuel here, guys. Haven't got a huge amount extra. 800 kilos to burn. Landing weight's going to be 60.9. Let's try flat 30 order break 3, but let's just do the performance first.
Inbound waypoint, butt up, Gillem, Quebec. Gillem, Quebec, you're about 15 degrees to the right of butt up, so check it that you're actually.
So it should be dry, 0405.
Copy, yeah. Copy, we are now inbound.
Temperature 1. QNH is 997.
210 Mike, identification terminated, contact Scottish Control
30 auto, and landing weight was 60.9. So this says flat 30 order break 3. It's going to be 1777.
Identification terminated, contact Scottish Control 135.5.
Runway is 2,990, so that distance says 1777. Should easily make Alpha 5, if not Alpha 4. So we'll stick with that. Looking good. Now I will actually compare that to the real OPT. The reason is I just want to see what the difference is. The thing is, as well, my real OPT will take into account the slope, any slope on the runway, which the real one, or the OPT and the Zoom one I don't think does. It just presumes it's flat. So landing on runway 35, 2.5% missed approach, climb gradient, dry, surface wind, 0405, temperature 1, 997, landing flat 30, and the weight was 60.9. So the mod says we want to break 3, 1777. The real OPT that we have, it will be factored. We have a factor of 15% included, and that makes sense. It's showing 2,085%, 2,085 meters. If I take 15% off that, we'll see how close it is. So 15% of that is 312. 2,085. So the real OPT says 1772. That is how the calculator here is actually really accurate. Really accurate, guys. You have to take my word for it, but yeah. Flat 30 order break 3, real OPT, 2,085. We factor it by 15%. So the real OPT unfactored is 1,772 meters. The ZIBO mod says 1,777. So that is well, 5 metres off the real OPT. That's 5 metres in length for 737. Pretty good. One day, hopefully, we'll get the tablet, but the landing performance calculator in the ZIBO mod is based off real performance data. I made sure, well, ZIBO made sure it was the case, and we used the actual figures years ago when it was added. So yeah, it is incredibly accurate. I'm guessing the slope is quite flat at Bergen, but significant slopes will make a difference, but a small slope is negligible. Oh yes, so taxi, vacating at Alpha 5 Alpha 4 to Bravo Charlie, and then we'll see what we get. Just got the default scenery as well. Descent check please, Andy.
Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Oh yes, verify land out, 150 set, and the elevation in Bergen is 146.
Set.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Approach briefing and fuel.
We've
Discussed.
IAS and alt bugs.
Jet descent.
Checked and set.
Descent checklist complete.
50%, and flat 30 in there, 364. Why have I not got the view of there? Should have some speeds there. That was 133 with that away. Not 143. There we are, top of descent there. Chucking in chat, down we go. Thanks, my God, Merry Christmas to you as well. Great day. Our flight service specialist down and clear. Have a great landing. Thanks for this great meeting. Merry Christmas to all. Time for a nap before real life ATC in a winter storm. Oh! Awful. I didn't know you were at control.
Polaris, good evening. You're trying to do Whiskey Bravo level 350. You're trying to do Whiskey Bravo, Polaris control, hello.
Many aircraft. Whee! It's quite hard to see with the aircraft swinging around.
Polaris, Fairline 453, what runway are in use at
And a daft question, maybe we could do flare a bit higher with landing on an upward slope. No such thing as a daft question. Not really. What upward slope gives you the impression of is that you're higher than you actually are. Certain airports give you that impression. Like one that swings to mind is Alicante on runway 28, coming off the VOR approach. It's slightly upslope, and it does feel a little weird. I don't think it's a slightly steeper approach as well, which also doesn't help. But no, it doesn't affect your flare. You still flare. Aim to flare around 20 feet, check close hold, but you adjust your flare height based off your rate of descent.
Alpaca 14 Mike Q, you contact approach on 121.0. 121.0, Alpaca 14 Mike Juliet. Thank you. Bye bye.
So far so good with the ZIBO mod. It's holding the speed quite nicely. This in the mod is a proper VNAV model. PMDG's works well. I'm very suspicious of it. I think they've got some hocus pocus going on in the background, because we're sort of doing 3,000 feet per minute, which is realistic at this speed, to 80 knots, to maintain that rate of descent. If you do that in the PMDG, it's a lot shallower. So I think that there's some sort of invisible thrust or speed brake that keeps the speed exactly right as it is, whereas the mod is a proper VNAV, it's a proper idle path descent path calculated, just like with the real aircraft. If anyone would like to repeat this exact flight or are doing it in the PMDG, I'm concerned though it is accelerating. We should be doing, it's 291 knots on conversion. So there is a bug here. We should have converted to 291 knots. It's still doing 7.8.
121.0,
oh, it is doing 291, but this should go from... There it goes. It's just done it now. Yeah, I've got my suspicions of the PMDG. I don't know. We're now doing 290 knots at this speed, and that is around the correct rate of descent, around 2,500 to 3,000 feet per minute at that speed. Idle thrust around 60 to 65 tons. The PMDG seems to always be a shallower descent, but showing you on profile on speed with the thrust levers at idle. I'm like, we should be decelerating at this rate of descent, but it feels more at home in this, in the descent at least. And the VNAV is good in a mod at the moment in this phase, but certainly when you're getting at lower altitude, the path seems to, the calculation seems to go a bit array. So it needs to be reviewed. There was a time where it was absolutely perfect. It was literally just like the real thing.
200 clear in Norwal Papa. On conversion speed 290 knots or greater. Descent flight level 200. Approach is Ibnu 1 Papa. And maintain speed. Can you repeat that one? Alpaca 2212, Alpaca 2212, confirm when ready descent, so when on profile, and on conversion, speed 290 knots or greater.
He'll get it, he'll get it.
Speed 290 knots or greater, and we'll confirm descent on profile, Alpaca 2212.
So there we are, approaching Edmore. And also using Navigraph, which I have to do in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so there's another pop in the stream. You can find the actual star, there we go. And you can overlay this, which I think is that button, so you can have that chart, and also that 3D view with the chart. Look, it's like a giant chart overlaid over the, over the map in scale. Very, very cool. It's so cool. I mean, imagine having this in real life. It'd be like, wow, this is phenomenal. So cool. I'll keep an eye on that. Looks like land ahead.
122 have to reconnect due to microphone problems. Radio check.
Ryan 122, rebuild the flight.
Awesome.
Gladys, hello to Jet 1563, flight level 4104, Stavanger, and we are ready for descent. Jet 14563, prior to Roger, for now, maintain flight level 410, need to coordinate with Scottish. Roger, 410 for the moment to Jet 1563.
Yeah, the mod is doing a really good job in VNAV path here. So, what I'm going to do for you guys, if you're interested, I've been making some notes of some of the bugs. I'm going to play parts of the stream back, and I'll draft a report for ZIBO. It's overall on the test sector. There's more issues. There are. Descent flight level 100, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. I was having more issues on the test sector. The actual VNAV flying was quite nice.
Alpaca 38 Charlie.
It's holding the pump. No, I know where there is a massive issue though. When I extend the speed brake, so watch what happens when I extend the speed brake. Look at the rate of descent increase. There's a massive increase in rate of descent. So it's having a massive adverse effect on pitch. Speed brake a huge effect on pitch, and then when I stow it, look at that, you feel quite sick at that sort of speed. So the speed brake effectiveness is far too high. 121.0. 36 right by. It's having a massive effect on pitch. It does have a slight effect on pitch, but not to the point there. It's like moving the elevator, so that needs to be addressed. Speed brake effectiveness is massive. It's throwing, look, it's throwing me off path, so that does need to be addressed. And this is it Flesland approach? I don't know how it's pronounced. Let's try it now. Flesland approach, good evening, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, sending flight level 100 inbound to Lelme for the N1 Papa runway 35.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, Cessna approach, good evening, identified when, well actually you can descend 7,000 feet, QNH 996 and expect ILS Whiskey runway 35.
Send 7,000 feet, QNH 996, expecting ILS Whiskey runway 35, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. So 7,000 feet checks. Now you'll notice because I've set the QNH here 996. Now when I change over to QNH, pop, Look how your VNAV path doesn't change at all. That's exactly how the real aircraft works as well. Because you put the QNH in, it knows, right, ultimately this is the altitude you want to be at. I think in the PMDG there's a little issue when you change QNH, it doesn't affect your path, which makes me think there's something funny going on in the background of how it works. But it works really well. And I have to admit, so far, the descent in VNAV path has been really good. I've just used a bit of speed brake. Speed brake needs addressing. Massive issue in the mod. But it's on path, holding the speed really nicely, and this is a proper idle path descent. And this is why I like the mod so much, not just this. There's just parts of the mod which makes me feel a lot more at home. The PMDG is an amazing add-on, don't get me wrong, you can enjoy the amazing views of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but this is working like a real 737, minus the few bugs and issues we have at the moment in Explain 12. In fact, having done a test sector and now flown it with you guys on the MOGF, I'm more impressed with how it's working in the sim. There's a lot that's been addressed by ZIBO. He's been, I know, very busy in his personal life, which is why there's been delays in updates and things like that. But it is getting there, and I'm so happy to see that so far, pitch power, rate of descent right now at this speed. Well, actually, no, 2000. Maybe it should be a little bit steeper here. I won't sing all bells and whistles here, but I just feel more at home in the mod. And I'm not saying that because I've been part of the dev team. I just do. It's just parts of it I really like. There's parts of the PMDG I really like as well. But we'll disconnect on final and have some fun hand flying. Oh yes, Dina. Yeah, that's a good one, especially when you've got a big change from standard 1013, and the bigger difference in pressure there. The bigger change you'll have. Now, only thing is that VNAV did play a little bit of havoc earlier on approaching the airport, but I just want to sort of leave it in VNAV as much as I can, just to see how it works. That'd be quite useful information for ZIBO. Oops, forgot to put the seatbelt sign on though. Panel light, that's a little bit too bright. If you had it on full, it would be probably about that bright. That's accurate. Seems to be sort of like a background light as well. It's sort of like this sort of orange light. I've got the don't light off, haven't I? It's not on. It is off. So there, it's decelerating to 250 knots for us. And don't forget, in the real aircraft, it's not perfect at maintaining speed. Let's do the post-cruise checks now anyway. Fuel, 4 pumps, lights, angular bank set to 25 degrees.
Alpaca 36, extreme Mike, clear direct EGBR, and descend 4,000 feet.
And set 4,000 feet, and can you just confirm that direct again, please, Alpaca 36, Mike?
Alpaca 36, Mike, that's EGBR to Romeo, India, Victor, India, Papa.
Thank you, direct to Rivet 4,000 feet, Alpaca 36, X-ray, Mike. So execute, that's put me 900 feet high, VNAV speed, that's correct, and what we're going to do is go level change, and bug 250 knots now. And remember, we put that restriction in the FMC, that's going to really help out with our profile. We would have been 2,000 feet high, we're now only 700 feet high, so I'm just going to do 250 knots, just see what that does with our profile. Remember, the speed brake's a little bit broken at the moment, so I might just, yeah, 250. Speed brake is stowed. It's catching up the profile quite quickly, 250 knots. There we are, yeah, it should be paralleling it, which it is now. Do the approach check, so we'll just firstly check the frequencies are active, 110.5, the idents we're waiting on the standby instruments, and the fixed rings we verify are correct for the runway, 35, 10 and 4, and the courses are set for the ILS 350. Just waiting for the idents. So I'm going to use a little bit of this overly sensitive speed brake at the moment, just a smidgen. Oh, look, I've only used about, not even a fully flight D10 there. Yeah, that's a little bit too sensitive. It's like we pulled out a drag chute. Just going to get it back on profile, get the speed brake back up again.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, maintain speed 180 knots until revit.
Sorry, just came in a bit broken. Just confirm that speed, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, maintain speed 180 knots until revit.
Reducing 180 knots, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. So now we're going to stow that speed brake because we're having to slow right down. Yeah, let me just have a look here at the profile. So 24 miles, we should be at about 7,500 feet. It's not far off the profile here. And it's still a test light just so we're level change at the moment. Our MCP speed, remember the bugs with the lights at the moment. Below 250 knots, we'll select flat 1 shortly.
And Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, contact Flatland Director 118.85 with assigned speed.
118.85 with the speed, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike bye. So flap 1, flap 2 is a great flap setting if you want to go 180 knots without having the extra drag at flap 5. We'll contact Director. That's quite common airports where the approach control is quite busy, and that frequency was 118.85. I think. I can't find that on VATSIM. Oh, I can't. Oh yeah, found it. Fesland direct Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, descending 4,000 feet to Rivip, speed 180 knots.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, hello, Flatland Director, please use speed 170 knots or less, cushion 170 knots.
Speed 170 knots, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. So we are high, but don't forget we brought our speed right back here. We'd be usually reducing to around 180 knots on base leg in around a couple of minutes. But that will help our profile. Once we're back at 170, the aircraft will start pitching down. But obviously we're being sequenced behind this aircraft here. There we are, so the aircraft's now going to start pitching down. We've got the ident, so Bravo Golf, which is correct for ILS Whiskey 35, will do the approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters and instruments.
Set and cross-checked.
Approach aids.
Checked and set.
Approach checklist complete.
Cleared ILS Whiskey 35 will Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. So I'm going to now go flap 10. And we're also going to use a little bit of speed brake. The speed brake is so sensitive at the moment though. I'm really worried it's going to drop me out of the sky, because what I want to do is actually get on VNAV onto the VNAV path and just see what it does
on the ILS
with me on the ILS. Because if this is accurate, sort of, yeah, looks about right actually. Just want to get right onto path, open the speed window.
1,000 to go.
Checked. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, request for descent.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, descent 3,000 feet,
3,000 feet, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. You know what? It's actually done a rather good job, guys. Just want to be back on path though. VNAV, path, speed windows open. Right, let's see how path puts us on the glide slope. Wow, free speed Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Now I've gone flap 10. You could retract to flap 5, but I'm just going to go sort of 180. This mod is doing really well. Really well. I don't know what I did on the test sector. Maybe I fumbled something with the QNH or the approach, or wasn't concentrating, but the path's put me a tad low. The path would usually put you bang on the glide slope, but it's put me about a couple of 100 feet low. That could be the temperature error, but I think the temperature error could be exaggerated. Maybe. But overall quite impressed. It's not far off at all. It just needs a little bit of tweaking here and there, but really impressed. It's better than I thought it would be. Anyway, 3,000. Really do need to shell off this descent. Got a nice 23 knots headwind. Localizer live, localizer capture. Runway heading 350. Set. Head. There we are. On the speed brake. Start switches in continuous, ready for the landing checklist. You usually do that all at once, but it's a little bit tougher when streaming. So the aircraft's levelled off or slightly climbed there, because I have only set it 100 feet per minute. Usually the aircraft's quite good at complying with that. Alarm approach. Glide slope capture, missed approach altitude 3,000 feet to set. shots. Perfect. Alright, right, non-standard. I'm just going to go to flat 5, so I just want to see how well it holds the speed of flat 5. We can usually retract it. Alpaca 36 X-ray might fully established.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, tower 119.1, happy Christmas and happy New Year.
1191, and same tune. Thanks a lot for the great ATC from you and your colleagues, and we'll see you soon. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, bye.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. Yeah, the ATC again, every group flight, they come on here and spend their free time to host it. Whoa! I just looked up and the aircraft is wee all over. Don't do that to me now. Right, let's check in.
2,500.
All good. Tower, very good evening. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, ILS Whiskey, runway 35, 7 miles.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, Pleasant Tower, very good evening, Merry Christmas. Continue patrolling 35, your number 2 in a line.
Continue approach, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Right, let's hand fly. Disconnecting the auto throttle. Just want to see how it holds the speed. Got a bit of a headwind. Pretty good. The flat 5 drag model, I'd say, is very spot on. Usually it holds speed quite nicely. Sometimes you have to add thrust and headwinds. Disconnecting the autopilot. The trim is exactly how I like it as well. This is what the PMDG, but I just wish it trimmed a bit like the mod. The roll rate, it's slow, bit slow. Right, gonna go for a bit earlier. Gear down, flat 15, match speed, and let's rattle off the landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Uh-oh.
Damn. Checked.
Speed brake.
Damn.
It's armed green lights.
Armed green
I
light.
can see it.
Landing gear.
Let's see.
No, I did this earlier. Landing gear's down 3 green. I can see it.
Down 3 greens.
Auto brake.
Flat
Auto
30.
brake 3 set.
Alpaca 36
Flaps.
X-ray Mike, minimum
Not
approach,
again.
late landing clearance.
Minimum approach speed, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, which we're doing. Ooh, I'm having to pitch down a lot. More so than... flaps are set.
Flaps 30 set. Green light
It's a bit bugged.
Landing lights.
on.
Landing checklist
Got that
complete.
bit right.
3 Quebec, welcome to first line,
Yeah,
exit
pitch.
Alpha 4 taxi,
Pitch
Yankee,
is a
hold
bit
short
sluggish,
left, contact
guys.
ground, 1
Making
to
big inputs and it's very slow.
1,000.
It was much better with lower flap settings to straighten speed. Thrust is good. Oh no, I forgot to turn on the eye tracker, guys. Oh no. See if I can quickly do
KLM
that.
993 Quebec, please expedite vacating off runway and please confirm ground 121.9.
Oh no, what's my controls? I'm
ground
flying one-handedly, I've got
control.
no hand on the thrust levers. How do I get the Toby on? Oh guys, I'm sorry. There we go. Much better. Could be a go around here anyway, sounds a bit busy on the approach. It's like tailwinds.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, go around, I repeat, go around.
Go around, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. So, head down, toga, go around. Flap 15. Set ground thrust. Plus ready climb, gears up. I've got no toga guidance, so I'm pushing toga. Why is it staying in Vorlock?
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, sorry about that. Heading, runway heading, climbs 4,000 feet, contact approach 121.0, see you soon.
121.0, fly runway heading 4,000 feet, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, wait. And flap 5. 4,000, runway heading. This is where there's 2 of you. I just want to go heading select. And I was meant to be at flat 5, flat 1. So there was some issues there with the guidance. It had Vorlock engaged at one point. And what was that frequency? 121.1 I think. We just get the go around flown first. This is why you have 2 of you. That wasn't one of ours, is it? Flaps up. The go around is good otherwise, looking correct. It's now we're going to bug 222 knots. Let me just try and get this frequency tuned. I know you guys can't see a thing. Was it 121.1? Out to quiet. Bug up. Ignoring the flight directors, it should be levelling off there. Out hold. I'm ignoring the flight directors. I don't know why the flight directors have gone up there. Looks good to me. Command A. There's the FMA. Turn off the eye tracker. And go here to this one as well and Out hold, command, come on, come on, ZIBO. Come on, why are you climbing? Come on. Just sort this out, guys. Let's contact departures. Departures, hello. It's Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike on the missed approach runway heading 4,000 feet. Wrong frequency. Thanks. Departures, hello, it's Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Runway heading 4,000 feet.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, fast on approach, hello again. Let's see here. You can expect vectors back for the ILS runway 35, turn left now heading 270.
Heading 270 degrees and vectors ILS 35, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike.
Alpaca 38 X-ray, contact fast on
270, come
director
on, turn,
on
turn.
118.85,
Oh, come on, mods, why is it turning so slowly? Go! Heading select, bank angles at 25 degrees, so let's try 30. Very lethargic, guys. Very lethargic. Why is it out hold and climbing? I think the go around has caused a lot of issues here.
Alpaca 38 Charlie, contact left on
It's going to press
director
level change. It thinks it's an out hold at 4,000, so it looks like the go around is really wrecking havoc here with the mod. So, after take off, check his gears off, leave the order brake at 3, we're coming back here. I'm just going to press 39, level change 4,000. Helps if we get the order throttle back in as well. But I was still holding the speed quite nicely. That's why, again, there's two of us. There we go. Now, having the thrust in shouldn't really have caused any
Alpaca 14 Mike Juliet, maintain
They're still struggling to maintain 4,000.
180 knots up, go 14 Mike Juliet. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, maintain 180 knots.
180 knots, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Stand out to quiet. It's very broken at the moment. It's in out quiet permanently. This should be out quiet, level off, out hold. Yeah, I missed a couple of actions on the missed approach there. So basically, I forgot to fully retract the flaps and I forgot to check the order throttles engaged. That is, again, is why there's two of us. It's permanently stuck in out quiet. Flap 2 just to comply with the speed here of ATC. I've even tried to capture it, so I'll go 39 VS. I'll set 4,000 feet. I'll force it down in vertical speed. And hopefully, we'll get out quiet again at 4,000. Forcing it down now. I can certainly remember in earlier builds of the ZIBO mod, if you went around, it messed around a lot. There you go, look, 4,000 feet out of quiet, it's just climbing. No good, no good. Reselect the approach in here for a sec. Using reserve fuel, uh-oh. Just going direct to rivet. Balls down the heading. So fuel, 1.6 on arrival, that ain't right. We're not going to burn 900 kilos between now and landing. Having a bad day in the office. Why is it wanting to fly at this height perfectly and out of
Bergen approach, good evening, Alpaca 96 Charlie, passing flight level 200, descending 100, ascent speed 250, and information was here on board.
And also, this is concerning, 1.6 tons.
Alpaca
We've got
96 Charlie,
2.7, we need 1.9 to divert. There's fuel on arrival here, burning, it's going up slowly now, 1.7. Now, I'd say it would burn 300 or 400 kilos. So if we have to go around again, then we'd have to decide to commit to Bergen or divert to Hogsand.
Expect ILS, Whiskey, runway 35, descend 7,000.
Wasn't it clear? I had no idea, guys. I was trying to get eye tracker to work. I had lost situation with regards to where the aircraft was.
Just to confirm, maintaining speed 180.
But yeah, what actually happened to KLM was on the runway.
180, Alpaca 96 Charlie.
Thank you. Alpaca 36 X-ray, Mark, turn left heading 170.
Left heading 170 degrees, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Is something wrong here?
Alpaca 14 Mike.
Very lethargic. Look at this.
On director 118.85 with your affine speed.
With the speed 118.
It's very lethargic into the turn.
That's where you have. Bye-bye.
30 degrees. It's doing it, but it's taking about 3 times as long to get there. Also, I don't know why it's doing this. What was if I set 4,100? Vertical speed? No. It should be out hold. Oh no, well, no, it should be VS. No, that is correct, but it just won't. It's very happily flying at 4,100 feet, not 4,000. Right. There's one way to fix it.
Alpaca 36
Of course, as soon as I disconnect.
check altitude and pressure setting. I see you indicating 4,200 feet.
Yeah, I think it's a combination. I've got a few issues with the mod. I'm in X-Plane 12 as well, which has temperature compensation. I have 996 sets and 4,000 feet now on my altimeter, but it's been under reading for the entire sector.
Yeah, I understand. If it's expanding, that makes complete sense.
Thank you. Right, 4,000 feet. I'll fly at ZIBO. Right, out hold here, please. I'm going to deselect out hold.
Identified,
Oh, it's just, let me just recycle the flight directors here.
170 direct into vidare 6.
I've got a lot of thrust on here as well. Right, pitch power 4,000, flap 5.
Alpaca 36 Mike, speed 220 knots now.
220 knots, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Not making my life easy. Whoa, whoa! What's happened to me? Oh, I want to follow still, that's why. Oh, God, I'm being an idiot.
170 Alpaca 96 Charlie.
Oh dear, I'm flying rubbish. Right, 4,000 feet. It's honestly, it's easier in real life to fly. Headings all over the place. Oh, the roll rate's really poor. Ugh. Just cannot get it settled down. It just it's when you're flying in a desktop simulator, these pitch changes you very much feel, and it's very hard losing that seat of the pants sensation to realise very good. So pitch is very low. To maintain 4,000 feet here, it's about 2.5 degrees. That is off. That should be at about 5, even at this speed. I know I'm flying a bit faster. Should be at about 5 degrees. The attitude's wrong. I'll just hand fly. The attitude is wrong.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, contact fast on director again, 118.85, bye-bye.
118.8, just confirm that frequency again, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. You can tell I'm hand flying.
118.85.
118.85 Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, bye. Oh, I'm trying to hand fly and set the right, let me just try this order flight. This is hard. I've got raw data flying. I'm trying to set frequencies on a radio. Remember frequencies. The attitude is completely wrong. So that makes it very difficult because I'm hardwired to fly at a certain frequency heading select.
Charlie, contact Stefan Director 118.85, bye-bye. 118.85, Alpaca 96
I do not want control steering. Oh, right, I'm just going to leave it control steering for a second.
06, contact Polite Control now, 120.65, have a
I'm having a nightmare here. Heading select. Out hold. Commands in right. Stay. Stay, ZIBO. Flaps up.
Approach, good evening, Alpaca 96 Charlie, passive flight level 110 descending, 7,000, information whiskey on board. Alpaca 96 Charlie, hello, Stefan Director.
Down to 2 turns.
Yeah, confirm, indicated 170 knots. Turning 170, Alpaca 96
Why is it now
Charlie.
holding 5 degrees? I think
Okay,
it flaps out. It should have been a lot higher altitude. Director, good evening, it's Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, 4,000 feet, heading 170 degrees.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, hello, welcome back. Turn left heading 090.
Left 090 degrees, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. I saw that 8 on. Why? They're so slow into the turn. I think going around has balked something. It is not flying the same as it did before. It was flying 8 out of 10 beforehand. Now it's 5. But 220 knots, flap 2. And then I'm losing. I've got funny flight directors. I've got the MCP not lighting up, even though I should not be ignoring. But I was setting the attitude and thrust setting as I would every day if I was hand flying, and it just wasn't working. And the flying controls seem to be heavier as well. It's just got a little bit lethargic in the turns here. Look, it's gone. Don't overshoot. Should look, it's overshooting turns. Should be bang on rolling out on this heading.
14 Mike Juliet, Tower 119.
It's rolling out on the track. We should be rolling out on the heading. We've overshot the turn by 10 degrees, 7, 8 degrees. It's turning back now, but it's very lethargic. No, someone's just subscribed to the channel. Who's not even watching? Is it still? No, it's at 25. I checked that beforehand. Anyway, look, autopilot's in now. The pitch and power looks right. Clean 220. Medium performance. 400 kilos. 60 points.
Bergen 96, Charlie, descend 6,000 feet. Descend 6,000.
Yeah, fuel-wise, guys, down to 2.5 tons. So we've got enough to go around, but then we have to immediately decide whether to commit here, and then we have to commit. We can't divert or divert to Hoxton's. It's now okay, but the turn's very lethargic. Let me just see if I can get it to nail this 4,000 feet. What I'm going to do is use VS, reset MCP. Okay. Right, as soon as I'm at 4,000 feet, I'm going to push out and hold. Out hold. There we go.
Alpaca 3660 Mike, turn left heading 080.
7080, Alpaca 3660 Mike. Look, it just doesn't want to maintain 4,000 feet. It's really struggling here. It's gone PMDG on release. And it's put a lot of thrust on here. It's just climbing to, it's just climbed 200 feet in out hold. But the go around is, oh, let's see, but I think going around is completely.
Clear direct, Idava, India Delta, Alpha,
Oh, we're going to go for the localizer here easily.
Alpaca 96 Charlie.
Oh, we're going through the localizer, maybe.
Alpaca 3660 Mike, turn left heading 030, descend 3,000 feet. Clear for land support from a 35, report finished.
Left 030 degrees on the heading cleared, ILS 35, report established, Alpaca 3660 Mike. I'm just going to go through the localizer, it was a little bit more later.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem. So we're just going to go through the localizer, out to quiet, 3,000. I'm going to out to quiet 3.9, maybe it'll level off at 4,000. It's PMDGing! This is what it did on launch! Right, bring the speed back, flat 1. Come on, let's get you home, ZIBO. We'll get you in the hangar, we'll get the spanners out, and we'll get you all working correctly. We'll get you there.
Alpaca 96 Charlie requesting further
Just missing X-Plane 11, that's all.
Alpaca 96 Charlie, descend 3,000 feet.
Descend
3,000.
Right, correct sense ZIBO on Vorlock. So it's obeying vertical speed, holding vertical speed quite nicely, flat 5. Sort of self-positioning on here. Localizer alive.
1,000 to go.
Checked. Localizer captured on my heading 350. Turn. Approach. Yeah. Localizer capture, missed approach 3,000 feet set. Okay, we're on. Flat 5. Drag model looks good here. Alpaca 36X-ray Mike fully established.
Alpaca 36X-ray Mike, contact tower 119.1, so long, enjoy.
119.1 and see you again probably, Alpaca 36X-ray Mike, bye.
Okay, see you.
Hopefully not. Right, fuel-wise, we're down to 2.4 tons. We've used all of that extra fuel. The 30 minutes we took is now being consumed. And we'll check in with tower. Now this is looking good. No, actually no. Flat 5, 650 feet per minute. Attitude should be lower than this. We shouldn't have the attitude so high. We should be at 1 or 2 degrees, I think. Not up at 4.
Alpaca 14 Mike,
3.
make the first right turn.
I'm trying to think now. Maybe it isn't far. It's not right. I don't know. Runway is clear. Right, I'm not going to run the landing checklist because that's broken at the moment. So I had to configure it correctly.
Thank you.
Tower, hello again, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Established ILS Whiskey runway 35.
Alpaca 36 X-ray, Mike, hello, and now the runway is clear for you, I promise. Winds 030 degrees, 6 knots, runway 35, clear to land. And the reason for the go-around last time was a conflict aircraft on the runway.
That's all copy, no problem at all. And that's good for me to
2500.
practice. Runway 35, cleared to land. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Perfect.
Thank you.
Right, well, let's have a go again. Disconnecting auto throttle, disconnecting autopilot. Start switches. We're still in continuous anyway. Recall checked. Speed brake. Armed green light. Landing gear will now pop down. Flat 15. That's down 3 green, auto brake is set to 3. We'll just hold on flaps a little bit longer. We've got a 19 knot crosswind. Again, in pitch and roll, a little bit too sloppy still. It's sort of clean, it's handling a lot better, it's still a little bit too sloppy. The roll rate with flaps out is actually quite high, so you do this, it's quite snappy in roll. Whereas this is a little bit delayed. Speed change with thrust is quite good. We'll go flat 30 now. The attitude is a lot better now. Flat 30 match speed. I'm having to pitch down a lot. This is a little bit excessive here to get the nose down. Trimming. Thrust is good. Flaps 30 green light. Lights are on. Clear land check is complete. We're in trim now. Let me just turn on Toby eye tracking. There we go. So that's now on. I just need to adjust my head position. So I've got eye tracking off now. Tell when I'm looking at the streaming software because my head's going to that direction, but it's quite good. I can sort of move forward, back, left, right. That's good.
1,000.
Checked.
1,000 feet, stabilized.
Got a 15 knot crosswind here. Thrust is a bit high. Cheeky crosswind for the MOGF. We've got 2.2 tons there, so if to go around, we're going to go straight into our reserves. Okay. Yeah, the pitch and power is not bad. It just needs to be. The controls need to be a lot more sensitive. It could be partly my settings as well, but I know usually the settings I have work quite nicely. Bit of a tailwind now. Wind's swinging round.
500.
Checked. Don't like how it constantly changes in X-plane.
100.
Checked.
400.
Speed's good. On glide. Rate of descent.
300.
Checked. Continue.
200.
Stay upwind of the centre line.
100.
We can.
50. 40.
Check.
30, 20.
Close.
10.
Left rudder. Aileron into wind. Oh, I had to pitch up a lot more. Oh, this is not good. Oh dear. I'm well off there. It's not happy, guys, with how that fell. That's my excuse anyway. It was a bit weird. 100. 80 knots. Rate 3 is very strong as well. 60. Idle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bergen. Oof, that was a bit ropey. Let me set my view.
Bergen Tower, good evening. Alpaca
take the
96
next
Charlie,
right.
let's establish runway 35.
The controls.
Alpaca 36
Yeah,
X-ray,
I mean,
Mike,
I've been
welcome
flying the
to
mod for
Bergen.
years.
After vacating,
and the-
make a right turn onto Yankee. Hold short Delta and contact ground 121 liner.
Next right, hold short Yankee, then ground 1219, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, thanks a lot for the ATC, sir, bye.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, negative. Yankee, hold short Delta, and then on to ground.
Yankee, hold short Delta, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, bye.
Bye bye.
I'm trying to do everything.
Alpaca 96 Charlie,
Yeah,
Descent Tower, hello, American Continue
that was one
approach
of
runway
the
35,
worst
you're number 2.
centerline
Continue
tracking
approach runway 35, number
landings
2.
I've ever done, and I've been flying the mod for some time, and I was making the inputs to get back on centerline. It just wasn't working. Yeah, it needs a lot of work there. Right, Yankee, hold short of Delta. Okay, well I can go on to Yankee. Delta's all the way down there, so we'll just get onto the parallel taxiway. Clean the flaps up. I'm not looking at chat yet. I already can see the banter. Don't forget, we're going to do 3 giveaways. We've already done 1. The next 3 giveaways are coming up shortly. Don't want to give it to you lot anymore. Nasty. It was awful. I wasn't going around again though. Oh dear, it needs some tweaking, guys. Right, better contact ground. Watch me get lost now. Ground, very good evening. Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. We've vacated at Yankee now, taxiing to hold short of Delta.
Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike, first on ground, good evening. Taxi stand 28 via Yankee and Delta.
Stand 28 via Yankee Delta, Alpaca 36 X-ray Mike. Perfect. So Delta's up here on the left. Going to go in via Delta. Stand 28. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's made it simple for me, which I need. I need something to keep me in. Toby, eye tracker worked quite well. I didn't quite like that. I've got the eye tracking off. It was a little bit too sensitive for me in the simulator. But I'll enable it again now. It's also taxiing in, so you can have a good look around, see how it's working. See the aircraft on final as well. I'm using my mouse, just moving my head to zoom around. Do the rest of the cleanup. So flaps are up. Trim I can reset to 4 units. Go to idle. Brake to off. There we go. Flight directors. Again, having the eye tracking on whilst moving your head, it makes it a little bit tricky. So we'll just turn it off for a second there. Just make sure that's Charlie there. So next left after this is Delta. Flight directors are off. 3,100s. That much thrust. We'll sort of debrief the mod 2. They can come off. Probe on. Probe it on. Off and start the APU. There we go. We got down eventually. There's Alpaca 96 Charlie coming in. Best butter ever. It wasn't a butter. Off the centre line. Ooh, that was one of the. I don't think I've ever been so far off the centre line on any landing. But it just drifted off, and I made the inputs on the rudder to correct it. It's just nothing happened. Wait, floaty. Well, I can't talk. He's down. This is just default scenery, guys. But yeah, going around, something was wrecking havoc with the mod, the automation and the pitch power. I mean, a lot of it was also me. I had very little capacity hand flying with flight directors off there whilst trying to deal with ATC, contact ATC. I mean, that is why there's two of us. But the flight controls were nowhere near sensitive enough on final there. And in the flare, I was making inputs, nothing was really happening. I was like, oh. Right, shut down engine number 2. Nice squishing there, that's normal. I got a stand right at least. Winner.
Easy 5 Bravo, taxi holding point, runway 35 via Whiskey Hotel and Yankee.
Don't know if I keep going forward to get the air bridge aligned. Yeah, the default scenery is okay. I do miss having sort of using better quality airports, but the current markets.
Say again for
whoops. Oh,
Easy 5 Bravo.
Right.
Easy 5 Bravo,
Parking brake set,
taxi
safety is available.
runway 35
On the bus,
via Whiskey
turn off
Hotel
the
and Yankee.
lights, which I've done. 2 blues, 1 red.
Taxi
Both
holding
engines
point
are
runway
now
35 via
dead.
Whiskey
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hotel Yankee,
welcome
Easy
to
5
Bergen.
Bravo.
We've concluded, well certainly I have, the 36 members only group flight. A somewhat successful flight. We're down here in one piece in the ZIBO mod. Few issues of course.
Stand by for
But
Hillside,
we're live.
Easy 5 Bravo.
I don't know if we would have been live after yesterday's landing.
Bergen ground, good evening Alpaca 96 Charlie, vacated runway on taxiway Yankee.
Fire station valves open.
Alpaca 96 Charlie, flash on ground, good evening.
2000
Taxi
standby.
Yankee, hold short of Foxtrot for now. Taxi
And
Yankee,
we'll run the
hold
checklist.
Foxtrot,
And then we'll do the giveaways. I know you guys were
Charlie.
waiting patiently. Shutdown transit.
Shutdown checklist. Electrical.
EPU on the bus.
Fasten
It's
belts.
all wrong on the first
Damn.
approach. Oh yeah, that is actually still
Off.
Probe heat.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Voice recorders.
Let's see.
Oops.
On.
Air conditioning packs.
Auto.
Engine bleed.
On.
APU bleed.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
Start switches.
Off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Speed brake.
Down D10.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Parking brake.
come get a
Set
fanfare, but
start
we'll do with every
levers.
giveaway.
Cut
I'll
off.
do the fanfare.
Weather radar,
And ground
Oops.
85 Bravo,
Usual.
Alpha 8 is
Off.
transponder,
Standby.
CVR circuit breaker,
In.
cockpit door.
There you go.
Unlocked.
Shutdown checklist complete.
There we are. Aircraft's all configured for the transit shutdown. As it would be for a turnaround. We get the ground power connected, turn off the APU. Yeah. Who would like to win some prizes? There we are. Let me. Oh no, I've got to start getting some more stuttering. Guys, is the stream stuttering for you there? It's silky smooth for me in the stream. I've capped the FPS at 60, but looking at Streamlabs, it's looking a bit stuttery. No, it's looking okay on the stream though, isn't it? Could be something else there. Right. Let's get these giveaways underway. I'm just going to turn down ATC slightly in the background. And you can hear the other aircraft as well on X-Plane. And then we just go here to X-Pilot. We'll leave it online. We're going to watch some landings as well. Yeah, I'll just turn down the engine noises of the other aircraft. What is wrong with his beacon light? Something to say about the ZIBO mod. You know, some elements the aircraft handled far better than I was expecting. When I say handle system-wise, sort of descent-wise, the VNAV path descent was actually really good. Flew the approach, went around. To go around, I pushed toga. I did definitely push toga, I remember pushing it. But the FMAs are a bit weird, and the flight director guidance, I think it stayed in Vorlock, and then I saw glide path again. It sort of recaptured ILS, which shouldn't happen, should be inhibited. But otherwise, it was okay, the speed accelerated, but then the automation went a bit funny. It just wouldn't, as you saw, level off. We've got no MCP lights, which doesn't help. The handling is okay, the pitch has improved. Generally it's quite poor still, especially in roll and pitch whilst configured to land. You saw during the flare. Then we'll look at some replays. I know what to do to stop from crashing at the moment as well. And yeah, I made a rudder correction later on and I was like, what? Nothing's happening. And then we just drifted downwind from the crosswind. So, well, I think I was correcting upwind. I'm not sure, but I couldn't do much to sort of get it where I wanted to. But we know ZIBO works very hard to ensure everything will work correctly in the distant future. Test it periodically too. Wow, I see a lot of people are now into the giveaway. That's good. Not enough people entered beforehand. They could have won the hat, but Fletch 306 won that. Let me just get everything set up in the background. We're going to do 3 giveaways now, one after the other. Let me just get the list randomizer all set up here in the background. Oops, my PC seems to be struggling here in the background running X-Plane. It's another thing that happens too. So this giveaway is the one open to all members, okay? So again, to prove it's unrigged, I will share my screen. Let me just bear with me. I'm really struggling. I've got great FPS and X-Plane, but my whole other PC, I can't even scroll a window here in the web browser. That's really annoying. Right, let me just share Chrome. Other web browsers available. There we are. So here's 73 people. I'll just refresh it one more time. Just so people. So there are still 73. This is the list of everyone that's entered. There we are. We'll copy this, open up the list randomizer and paste it in. And the winner of this, all members, it'll be the same prize now for all of the next giveaways. You can either win a Amazon gift card if you're in the UK, any add-on, flight sim add-on up to the value of £50, or I can send you over an X-Plane gift card for $50 because all I need is your email address. And we'll discuss if you want something else in Discord. Right then, so let's roll giveaway number 2. Fingers crossed if all wants 2 turns to win. The winner of the second one is Jonathan. Is it? I can't remember your surname, but W will go for Powder Monkey 1345. Well done to you. Let me just pop your name here. I think I know who that is. Powder Monkey. Hashtag 1345. Well done to you. You have won the second giveaway, so I can. Oh, that's Navigraph. Let me just close that here. Perfect. Oh, hold on, I forgot to do the... I need to pause this music first to make it sound... Yeah, I'm a professional streamer and all that. Wait, let me do the... Yes! You've won! The second giveaway there, Jonathan W, aka Powder Monkey. Right, now I need to get the list. Let me refresh the list randomizer. Continue. And delete that here because I need to get the list of everyone that's taken part in the group flight. So all I do is copy and paste the one in Discord, which I update just about an hour before the group flight. Now I do notice that some people have added or wanted to apply the group flight. We're in sort of like the last hour, guys. I don't have time to sort of add you to the list because I've got to get my stream ready. I copy and paste all the lists here onto a notepad and also update the Streamlabs ticker. So if you've added last minute, you know, try and get on a bit sooner, you know, to enter that there. But what we'll do now is copy group 1. Let's now share again the screen. I'm not doing any rigging in the background here, it's me just trying to run everything. Chrome, there we are. So this is group 1. I've just copied and pasted from Discord. You can see everyone's there. Keflavik's Bergen. So I'll roll it again, and then the winner of this gets the same choice of prizes. So give away 3 out of 4. So let's turn that off there. And list winner is Andy H1302. Andy H1302. Well done to you. I think you might have won a giveaway in the past before, but you are the winner again. So you can choose any odd add-on of your choice. Congratulations. Let me just. Oh, where's my dingle again? I need to do that and do this. Excellent. Oh god, pro streamer here. Right, let me get the final giveaway ran now. Going to the notepad. Group 2. Right, copy and paste into the list randomizer. Excellent. Show you guys the screen so you know exactly what's going on, so you know it's not rigged. There we are, group 2. Bergen to Keflavik. There we are, everyone that took part. Rolling again. Winner of the 4th giveaway is oh, it's Captain Monster. Well done. You are the winner of the giveaway. I'm always thinking of two tons. Where are you? What group flight were you in? Group flight 1 or 2? Oh, where are you on the list? Did you actually take... Oh, you are on group 1. Sorry, 2 tons. Well done, Captain Monster. You have won the giveaway, the 4th giveaway. Let me do my... Yes. Well done, Captain Monster. And because it's you, you get this as well. Oh dear. Oh, pro streamer here. Well done, Captain Monster, Andy, Jonathan W, and Fletcher06 winning the giveaways. I'll communicate with you in Discord in the coming minutes, hours, and get that all sorted for you. Usually, if you want an add-on and it's not available via gift card, I'll send you the monetary value so you can get it yourselves. But yeah, really fun. There is 2 tons, disappointed not to win another giveaway. He's concentrating on the flying. Alpaca 9 and Whiskey Hotel as well. There's KLM. He's the one that caused me to go around, didn't he? Oh, 993 Quebec. There we go. All done. Right. Let me disconnect from the Fancy Network. Thank you again to all the amazing controllers that provided amazing ATC like they do for every group flight. Remember, these guys have taken out their morning, afternoon, evening to provide ATC, so I'm always very grateful, as we all should be, for the amazing service they provide. That's done. I'm just doing some pro streamer stuff here in the background. Let's hope we can get a replay in. It did crash yesterday's stream, and I'm hoping to do one more stream tomorrow as well before Christmas too. Yeah, ZIBO mod, not bad. It just needs some tweaking and fixing, but overall it did a good job. You know, we got here from A to B, but at the moment, which one's best? It's the PMDG 737. There's no arguing that in its current form. There's areas of the ZIBO mod I really liked, such as sort of how VNAV works and VNAV path. I think it's doing it properly in the ZIBO mod. Things like the PMDG, it's not working. But right now, the PMDG is the superior 7.3. It was working very well in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We want to get the ZIBO mod up to that stage so we can enjoy the pros of X-Plane, which is how aircraft handle. Yeah, I really like how the default airports look as well. But overall, I will still say, if you want the overall best sim experience with graphics, how it looks with a really good handling 737. It still is Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's it. Thank you, Domino Mosina, for reminding me. Do not use the slider. Yeah, I can click, but don't actually slide. I've learnt that, and I tested it earlier. All was working well then. So, cue the funky replay music. Hopefully this won't be too loud, because when I last did this, it was extremely loud on the replay. Oh, it's already playing. I've realised it's been playing the whole stream. I just had it turned down. Let me just try again. There we go. That's probably a little bit too quiet. There we are. I hope you can still hear me talking. Right, let's turn off Fly Live as well. Right. Alt R for replay. Do not hold this and then the left click and move the slider because it crashes the sim. I'm just going to jump into the cockpit, but you can click. If I click... Oh, it did work earlier. Don't crash. It worked perfectly when I clicked it earlier. Oh, don't crash. Oh, it's just such pain. Or was I still on the ground at this point? Probably was on the ground. Ah, yes! Perfect. Thank you, Explain. So, just feedback for myself. This was looking good. This picture, we had a 15-knot crosswind, looking good. That's where you want to be. Whew, that was a close one, guys. It's a little bit, then at this point here, I was a little bit downwind, so you can see that I've been pushed by the wind off the sense line. I'm not happy with the position of the airplane here. I'm too far left. You always want to be upwind. If you look at my crosswind landing tutorial, I explain where you want to position the cockpit.
100.
So here we are in the flare.
50, 40, 30,
I checked
20, 10.
left rudder, and then I should have settled that, and then it sort of ballooned here. So I don't know if there's an exaggerated ground effect. Speed, I think, was okay,
100.
but it should have settled down nicely on the runway. And it is, if you look, if I
50,
pause
40.
it, you can see it's down slope, which also doesn't help.
40, 30, 20.
So there's the flare,
10.
left rudder to get onto the sense line, and then I should have touched down there. If I was in the real plane, I'm pretty sure we would have settled on the gear here. I am left of sense line, that is completely my fault. Now I've decramped with the rudder, and now because it's not going where I am, I've released the rudder slightly, and now I'm like getting really far off the runway, so I should be putting a lot of left rudder in now to get back on there. And it's sort of touched down here. And the inputs I was making in the open camera were quite excessive. Music's a bit too loud. Yeah, since I've had my new mic, the music for me is very quiet, but I think for you guys watching, it's much louder. So yeah, let me turn that down there. Sorry guys, I hope you heard what I was saying. Yeah, the inputs I was making was a little excessive, and then I need to look at the brake settings. The water brake was very aggressive, the water brake 3 too. Right, let's have a look at the outside. That's loud. Lighting's still very funky in the sim. Right, let's have a look from there. So again, the picture looks good from this perspective, but then I was a little bit too upwind. Decrabbed. So the inputs are happy. I flared a little bit high maybe, but then we just sort of ballooned a bit, and then we went downhill, which, you know, everything sort of added up against me. But still on the runway. There we go. Right, let's have a look from the tower's perspective. It's nice to have the X-ray camera. It's a bit washed out, the lighting on the fuselage, and the lights are probably a little bit too bright, but better than it was. Yeah, floaty, floaty, floaty. Yeah, not bad, but nice. And a big tower in the way. Yeah, good. It's getting there, and we'll see more X-Plane 12 because I want to do the Dash 8 again too. Right, anyway, let's pop you into the cabin. There you are, you can enjoy a nice wing view with the excessive beacon light, far too bright to put it into. Awesome, well, I hope you enjoyed the 36 members group flight. 3 years we've been doing this. I remember doing the one 3 years ago. It was on, we were off. I was off before COVID, we even knew what COVID was. I was off for the winter. I just got transferred to my home base. Yeah, different time back then, but 3 years later, here we still are doing group flights. If here's to the next 36 as well. All I can say to you as members, thank you very much for your continued support. I hope I do enough for you to satisfy and for you to enjoy your membership, enjoy the perks as well. I'll always do these exclusive group flights, but don't forget to DM me on Discord if you want to answer any questions. Ping me on chat. I don't bite. I think a lot of people are hesitant to do that, and they always seem to apologise. You don't need to apologise for pinging me. You know, you are members of the channel. Part of that is the exclusivity and your ability to communicate with whenever you wish. I'm in Discord voice chat occasionally. I will be more so when I'm on my annual leave, so please chat, come away. Any questions, feel free to ask within reason, of course. I'm here to help. So thank you very much for your continued support, guys. I hope to stream one more time before Christmas. I'll have a little of a bit of a think tonight what to do. I might jump back into Microsoft Flight Simulator and have a bit of a fun group flight for Christmas or something, but it'll be a bit of a maybe, but yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know, obviously, in Discord if I do stream. Guys, have a great Christmas if I don't see you before then. Thank you again for your continued support. Enjoy your evening, and if I don't see you before then, have a great Christmas. I'm repeating myself. I'm going to go and get myself some food. Wonderful evening, guys. See you soon. Bye.